What a test it's going to be today for Port Adelaide. Back on the winners list though, and they're looking to make it 3 in a row as we welcome you once again to Etihad Stadium. It is Port Adelaide up against Carlton, and the Navy Blues certainly finding some form under Brendan Bolton. They are looking to make it 4 straight wins. Should be a pretty tight, hard contest, and that's exactly what we want to see. You won't miss a moment of the action. We've got the Stars with us today, one of the best forwards the game has ever seen, one of the best defenders the game has ever seen, and they're together. I speak of Danny Frawley and Jason Dunstall. Gentlemen, welcome.
Good afternoon, Sandy. Really looking forward to this one. As you mentioned, Port have won their last couple, Carlton have won their last 3 spots, so we've got 2 teams in form.
Magnificent game, really good conditions under the lid here at Etihad. Port have got their defensive structures back. I think that's Ken Hinkley, they were getting sieved nice and early. Of course, Brendan Bolton, they've won 3 in a row. This could be 4 in a row if they win today, the first time since 2011.
And speaking of the Blues coach, Brendan Bolton, a short time ago, Cameron Mooney caught up with him.
Thanks very much, boss, for joining us. First of all, there's a great man over there, Cade Simpson, playing his 250th game. I mean, how good has this guy been for the footy club?
Outstanding in many ways. He's been the spirit of Carlton for a long time, and not many percentage of play 250 games. So, and for his size, his courage just sets the tone for everyone else.
As an old ex-forward, I love watching these young guys run around, and we saw Casbolt last week just tear a game apart. I mean, how can we bottle that?
Yeah, well, let's hope so. Contested marks just win the fans over and they win us over, and it's probably one of the most difficult skills in the game. So let's hope he can produce that again and execute on the scoreboard.
Must be fantastic when you walk into a footy club and you see your plan being executed week in and week out. You must be very proud of your leaders and the playing group, how they've come together pretty quickly.
Yeah, hopefully our members can see that our leaders and our whole list are really trying hard. We're under no illusions, though, Moons, there's heaps to work on. We lack some polish, but they're giving effort, and that's the backbone to a good team.
Thanks very much for your time, mate. All the best.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
And there's no doubt that when we look at some of the numbers, pressing up, creating turnovers and keeping the ball in their forward half has become a big part of Carlton's DNA in 2016.
No, it has, Jace. Last year they were ranked 18th, keeping the ball inside their forward 50. It was like a sieve, OK? So the ball went in and went straight out, back to the opposition goals. Under Brendan Bolton, they've created a big wall here, so they're now ranked 8th. This is the wall. So when they get the ball inside the forward 50, they keep it in. They get repeat entries, they get a lot of clearances, but more importantly, when the opposition get the ball, Jace, they put manic pressure on it. It's pretty simple. He gets one-on-one inside his forward 50 to make sure the running defenders in the opposition don't get clean entries out, and obviously get some more clearances. So, and that's coaching. That's a really good tick for Brendan Bolton.
It's been an absolutely huge area of improvement for the Blues, but Port Adelaide are on the move as well, and as the players arrived today, Dwayne Russell was able to grab a quick word with Hamish Hartlett.
Thanks, Hamish Hartlett just walked off the bus. Hamish, how's the feeling in the camp?
Oh, look, the boys are pretty switched on this morning. Obviously, being an early game, you don't get a lot of time to think about it, which is probably a good thing, but the boys are certainly switched on and ready to go.
Confidence is back, but you can't get too overconfident. They're in pretty good form as well.
Yeah, no doubt. They've built a lot of trust over the last few weeks in their game plan, so we feel like we're sort of building ourselves. So, it's going to be a good game, really tight contest, I think, but one we're looking forward to.
And how's your form? It's been pretty good. Can you grab that consistency? I mean, have you got I said it last week, have you got an All-Australian season in you?
Oh, look, at the moment, I'm just happy sort of rolling along the way I'm going at the moment. The important thing is that we're stringing some wins together, as a team, and everyone's buying in and chipping in and doing their part, which is the main thing.
You're going well. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Dwayne. Cheers.
Well, they had a sensational year in 2014 when they finished 3rd. And if they can rediscover that form, they once again can force their way back into the 8 and become a real threat come the end of the season. Travis Boak, leading by example, was great last week as they went about belting Brisbane by 77 points. But this is going to be a tougher test here at Etihad. Carlton on a roll at the moment. Cade Simpson, well, he's the best thing to come out of the little town of Emerald up there in the Dandenongs. And a major milestone for him, 250 games. And let's not forget Michael Jamieson, 150. They've both been marvellous contributors for the Carlton Football Club. Sticks Kernahan actually said that Cade Simpson was his favourite player. And so that is a huge rap coming from a man who was arguably the greatest club man the game has seen. The Blues are out. The power out. We'll take a break and be back with our continuing coverage of round 8. back to Etihad Stadium. As you can see, the roof is closed. Toss of the coin not very far away. And we're really looking forward to this clash between Carlton and Port Adelaide. Nice to welcome to the microphone once again, Dwayne Russell. Welcome to you, Dwayne.
Absolute delight to be here, Sandy. Pivotal contest in the context of the season for these two. Can't wait for it to get underway. And I'm sure Ken Hinkley can't wait for it to get underway either. He's downstairs with Cameron Mooney.
Well, Kenny, it's been an up and down season for you guys so far, but the last 2 weeks just looks like you're coming into the form that you'd hoped.
Yeah, we're building Moons, and that's something we've got to continue on today, and we know the contest today will be really on. Carlton in good form.
Trent Gove went into the ruck last week, really answered the call for you guys, didn't he?
Yeah, he was. He's something we needed, and we put him in there, and he did really well. He got 13 clearances. If we can get anywhere near that today, we'd be pretty happy.
Carlton's form over the last 3 weeks, been 3 good wins. How have you seen them?
Yeah, they're in really good form. They've got some belief. They got, they're growing some momentum, and they've got some belief in the coach. So I think they're heading in the right direction.
Always appreciate your time, Kenny. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Moons.
Massive day for Ken Hinkley and a massive day for Brendan Bolton as well. Now they've banked 3 wins in a row. And are we going to see good Levi Casbolt or bad Levi Casbolt this afternoon? That could be critical.
No, we'll see good Levi Casbolt, Dwayne. He's the best contested mark player in the competition as we speak. And it's one of the hardest skills in our game. It's great to see the contested mark coming back in. Have a look at the eyes behind the ball and just the big body, the big vertical leap. Very hard to spoil against. Look at that. His eyes right on the football there and just marks it extremely high. Impossible to defend against when he gets a run and leap at the ball. And these are his contested marks, Jace, throughout his 55 games inside the forward 50. So this is something that Port and Ken Hinkley would go into the camp, make sure that Casbolt is going to mark it, make sure it's not in there.
That's good, Levi. And then when we have a look at the career shots, that's bad, Levi, because you also have to add in the 16 complete misses. So that makes it 41-52 overall, 44%. A lot of work to be done. He works hard. He is working on his goal kicking. But if you're a Carlton supporter, you've just got to be patient. It's not going to lift very high above 50%, you wouldn't think.
Yeah, the beauty about last week, though, he kicked 2 clutch goals when they were needed to get Carlton over the line.
Yeah, 6 goals, 7 for the season for Levi to date. After kicking 24-12 last year, so perhaps not quite as accurate this year, but it's early days.
There's the 250 gamer. Yeah. What a great story, the boy from Emerald. Fantastic to see.
Indeed he is, Cade Simpson. And looking to see if the ball follows Jackson Trengove again in the middle this week. It just wouldn't leave him alone last week. 13 clearances. He's going to be up against Cruiser. Big Matt is set to go.
Curnow standing alongside Jared Polak, so that might be one of the runners they're trying to take out of the game.
And Homsch on Levi Casbolt.
Port Adelaide.
Charlie Dixon, sorry, Sandy.
Port Adelaide going to the right of your screen or to the Coventry end. And here we go. The Cruiser gets a hand to it. Tries to get the hand pass over the top. Gibbs can't get clear. And we'll have a repeat. Bryce Gibbs in sparkling form last week. 8 goals to him so far for the season. Here's Ebert getting Port away. Polak goes wide. Looking forward to seeing Kieran Byrne too, the young boy from County Louth.
He's a beautiful kick, Sandy, like most of the Irishmen.
Yeah, as this game unfolds. Wines is always dangerous. Back to Polak, spearing pass into the pocket. No mark taken by Needs. Ricochets away and goes over the boundary line.
Beautiful spoil there from Doherty. That is a magnificent start. Really good kick. He's got a good set of wheels, Doherty, and terrific spoil.
Need a good set of wheels to keep up with Jake Need. Cruiser, Trengove reinvented as a ruckman and get near that. Gibbs, Cripps, Thomas combined to get it to the wing. Homsch went for the mark, got an arm push.
Well, it's a mini win for Homsch already on Levi Casbolt playing in front, so well done to Homsch.
And he could have just thumped that over the boundary as well. He wanted to actually mark the ball inside 50. One grab, not the second. Dixon Boak flicks it wide. Byrne-Jones, short, Wines, pocket. Kickable by his standards. Let's see how his radar looks early. Crowd still finding their seats here. Carlton expecting close to 30,000 here this afternoon on the back of 3 wins in a row for the Blues. Wines bends that around pretty well, just a little too much, only a behind.
So back into play and kicking to himself. Now away to the outer side. Hand pass is good. Coming originally from Doherty. Up towards centre wing. Big pack of players. No one out too cleanly. Stewart got the ball out. May get it back again. No, leaves it for Hobbs. Goes with a big bomb once again. In towards the forward line. At the back, well, it's fisted over the boundary line. And we've got another throw in.
Well, the great thing about Holmes and his fellow defenders is they've managed to block Casbolt out of the first two contests to the point where he hasn't been even able to contest the footy in the air.
Well, they would have went to school on last week, especially Jay. 7 contested marks he took last week, the record being 10. The great Wayne Carey.
Cruiser and Trengove to go at it again at the throw-in. Number of players lurking. One of them, as he shoots towards goal, tries to bounce it through, was Young. And another behind. Aaron Young, pretty good form too. 3 goals last week in his side's demolition of Brisbane.
He's kicked 3 times this year already, Sandy. He's kicked 3 goals.
Very handy up forward for the power. Thomas gets the hand pass away. Out of trouble now. Murphy. Is he out of trouble yet? Eventually. Murphy gets clear. Kicks towards Casbolt, who was taken out of it. And the mark is paid to Stewart.
That's 3 times. 3 from 3 now. Casbolt hasn't been able to contest in the air.
And stolen by Cruiser. Dangerous kick. Caused the turnover, but they've turned it back again, Port Adelaide. Jarman Impey caught. Handball just in time. Trengove through the traffic. Found a hole. Ebert. Back to Impey, who can kick a long ball if he wants. Goes central. Ollie Wines. Dixon down there. Bryce Gibbs saves the day. Flicks it to Rowe. Shrugs Wingard. Back to Cripps. Caught by Wingard.
Great tackle.
Got a handball away according to the umpire. Did he dive on that? Yes, he did.
It's in a bit of trouble, Cripps, after that tackle from Wingard.
Yeah, they're getting repeat entries here at the moment. Port, this is their 8th.
And Homsch again with the ball. Heads to Young. And it's cut off, but Homsch giving Levi Casbolt something to think about at the moment. He's not going out there just to punch all afternoon. Levi now knows that Homsch is going to attempt a few grabs, and that might change his mindset as we get a ball in half forward for Port.
Yeah, well, he's getting support, Dwayne, and Liam Jones, he's the one that needs to get dangerous because his direct opponent is helping Homsch in the air with Casbolt.
You see Paddy Cripps jogging forward to have a spell. Had the wind taken out of him in that crunching tackle from Wingard.
Broke from the throw-in. Couldn't take it cleanly. Cruiser was working hard. It's flicked over the line once again. But Port doing the bulk of the attacking early on, Spudge.
And here's Casbolt getting double, triple teamed there. So you can see the body work from Homsch and then a beautiful mark over the top there from Paul Stewart. So Paul Stewart's direct opponent needs to get dangerous or at least compete one-on-one in the air.
Trengove, well, there he goes again. Almost taken high and he almost threw it out. Curno's kick was partly smothered. Opportunity for Ebert. Gets it away now to Pittard. He's on the 50. He goes for goal. He's bending it back, but not enough. And it stays left for another behind.
Good quick hands from the stoppage. This is that tackle that really winded him. He landed flat on his back. He got hammered by Wingard.
Here's Wright from the kicking. It's up towards centre wing. That's going to be okay. Mark taken by Cripps. He swings around now. Casbolt. Levi.
Well, that's the kick that'll find Casbolt every time. He's landed awkwardly.
He has. He's hurting himself here.
Holding his left knee.
This is not good.
Shaking his head.
This is not good.
Gee, it just looked like a standard mark, didn't it? But he very quickly shook his head. He's not right. He's got problems.
No, he saw.
And when you hold it still like that.
It's not the knee that's strapped either. It's the other one. He's got strapping on one knee, but it's the other.
Yeah, it's the left. Oh, yeah, the left straight-legged.
Hyperextended it.
Yep.
Yeah, he's in a bit of trouble with this, guys.
Oh. Well, that's tragic for Carlton and for Levi Casbolt.
You just see the left leg there. Oh, no. Yeah. He's in a lot of trouble there. You just see, as I said, the straight-legged land instead of having your knees bent. Let's hopefully it's just jarring, but gee, there was a hyper-extension there, guys, wasn't there?
Is that the best case scenario with a hyperextension, Danny, that it's just jarred?
Yeah, that's the best case, Sandy, but you could see when he landed straight-legged, there was a hyperextension, which means it puts pressure on the cruciate ligament behind the knee and stretches it. So let's hopefully it's still intact.
Well, Andreas Everett is going to take the kick. Didn't have his kicking boots on all game last week. against Collingwood. How could he start this one? Perfect. That's for Levi. Carlton get there first.
In olden days, a glimpse of stockings was looked on as something shocking, but now God knows anything goes. If driving fast cars you like, if low bars you like, if old hymns you like, if bare limbs you like, if May West you like, or me undressed you like, but nobody will oppose. Anything goes.
That's where the old sub rule does help a team. If you lose a player early, you're not down a rotation for the rest of the day. But the players didn't want it, so it's gone. Tringove in the ruck against Cruiser. Cruiser decisive. Rodney wants it. Gibbs.
Yeah, not all of them.
To half forward. Jonas, good pick on the run.
Rocket needs some fit players. That's what he needs, Graham.
Flicks it back to Impey. Was he just deflecting? Was he Rocket?
No,
Impey sidestep was delightful. West off, went up early and brought it down.
Terrific grab. What he did, he used his foot to keep Jamison away. I thought he might have jumped too early, but that was really good protection of the ball there from Westhoff.
Caught Jamison on the wrist as well. He's holding his wrist.
Well, it's just really good marking play, and that's a beautiful weighted kick. And you just see the right leg there go into Jamison's wrist. You're right, Dwayne. Well picked up.
He's holding it. That's his career set shots. This spot, all grounds. Justin Westhoff
there.
Absolutely, but he's made those numbers look a little better. Port Adelaide's first. They're back in front.
Usually gentle and friendly, if agitated, refrain from noise. Males may become aggressive or excited by the smell of female alpacas.
With the Amy Access app, you can make a claim without having to speak to anyone, which is a good option to have in some situations. That's not very insurance-y.
Oh, lucky you're with Amy.
The drop zone.
10 goals for the season now to Justin Westhoff.
Yeah, they're winning the game at the coalface at ground level. You see their ground ball gets 8 to Port, only 2 to Carlton.
Cruiser got a hand to it. Trengo takes it away again.
Well,
pokes it out wide. First to it, however, will be Dennis Armfield. Goes over the top. Now the Blues through Plowman. Go up towards right half forward. Poor kick, however. Kept in play by Walker. Still with an opportunity. Simpson up towards right half forward, and a good mark taken in the pocket by little Liam Sumner.
Well, what Port need to be mindful of here now, there's no Casbolt, so every player in the Carlton team need to provide a contest, because the bailout kick was to the best contesting mark player in the competition. So the Port defence, and lady got the shades on under the roof.
Incognito. Sumner's kick to the top of the square is belted through. In fact, it misses the behind and is out of bounds in the left forward pocket.
Yeah, and that's what the defence for Port need to readjust now, because you could see early in the game they were going to double, triple team Casbolt in the air. The Port defenders just need to be mindful that every one of the Carlton forwards are now a realistic option.
From the ball in, down to Murphy. He had it, but lost it. And got a free. So it worked in his favour.
Yeah, it did, Wayne. He'd be the first to admit he was very lucky, because he did fumble the clearance, but it's a little bit overzealous, that free kick there.
Yeah, he needed to be a little bit more prudent the way he approached it, Pollock, didn't he?
Yeah.
He had him cold, and he just fell over the top of him. That's clumsy.
He had to hold his feet, didn't he? He had to hold his feet, because Murphy was already at ground level, and all Murphy could do was hit it out.
100% from here. Means he can't miss.
Well...
Yeah.
Like that. Spot on. Still 100%. Blues back in front.
Small business, up to 20,000 instant appreciation. It's a great incentive for small business. Plus, save on a huge range of computers on sale now at Harvey Norman. Asus 2-in-1 laptop, Office 365 included, just $375, save $100. HP laptop with Intel Core i5 processor, $788, save $110. Save up to 25% on desktops, all-in-one computers and gaming machines with Intel inside. Shop and save on a huge range of computers now at Harvey Norman.
Go!
Well, guys, we're just waiting for confirmation down here from Carlton. There's still no word as yet with Casbolt, so we're just waiting to hear, and we'll keep you updated when we get some news, guys.
Thank you, Moons. Let's hope it's not as serious as we know those sort of injuries can be. Back in the middle, Cruiser gets a handful, winds, goes a couple of times but can't get it out. It's left to Curnow for Carlton. He goes long up towards the forward line, running back with the fly to the ball is Stewart, and he takes a good mark.
He reads the high ball really well, Paul Stewart.
Tucked in the back pocket. He goes back towards the middle. It's a high float and it drops like a bomb. And the favourite son takes the mark. The 250 gamer, Cade Simpson. Kick's got to be good, and it was. Towards Everett it went. He couldn't complete the mark. He's got support in the form of Lamb, who goes for goal and gets it.
Head to McDonald's with your mates for the Team Feast Box, with your choice of 4 of your favourites, and all this, all for just $29.95. Now that's even more value and great choice at Macca's.
Bob Jane T-Mart's super deals, super brands. Buy any set of 3 Bob Jane All-Rounders or Zenons, and the 4th is free. At Bob Jane T-Mart's, we'll look after you.
Yeah, nicely spotted. Jason, the handball was superb. Lamb, 7th game for the Blues. Simpson, 250 games for the Blues. A huge round of applause. 12th Carlton player all time to have done it. Curnow tries to get it out. Westhoff winds. O'Shea plenty on it, and Rowe was in front of Dixon.
Yeah, beautifully positioned there for Rowan Dixon.
Everett plays on quickly. Here is their running man, Simpson to Curnow. Heads long, under a cracker, and good mark.
Yeah, that's a good contested mark under pressure.
He's fought his way back in, and he's stayed in the team since his indiscretion earlier this year.
Well, he's a talent, Wayne, there's no doubting that. It's just the preparation to be an AFL footballer. He needs to obviously work on, and he's been able to do that. And that's why Ken Hickley likes him, because that contested mark was a ripper.
Oh, that's a poor kick from Hartlett, taken by Cruiser. Carlton will go deep inside 50 once again. Up towards the forward line. What a grab by Liam Jones.
Well, you turn the ball over in the middle of the ground, you're always going to have defenders on the move and off the leash, because the kick's gone in. There was no way known the option was on, because Cruiser was guarding that space beautifully. The ball travelled 35 metres into the corridor, and the key to the play again was Carlton. As soon as they get the turnover, played on instantly.
There's some good contested marking early on in this match. If he misses right.
Yeah, this is a very good stat as well.
The much maligned Liam Jones from 40 metres. Drop punt was to the right, finding the woodwork.
Yeah, that's a,
they don't lie the numbers, do they?
They don't.
Someone should ring him and tell him.
No, well, he'll watch this during the week, Dwayne.
Well, obviously hasn't watched the last 4 broadcasts.
No, and it's a beautiful contested mark, but a beautiful kick.
Guys, off the top of the show, you spoke about that wall that Carlton are building. Well, that's Cruiser twice now with those big intercept marks through the middle of the ground. It's working brilliantly.
Cut off that dangerous inside kick. Port Adelaide want to take the game on down the corridor, but Cruiser has been ready for both of them.
No, you're right, Moons. They're getting field position now. Port had the first 6 inside 50. Since then, Port have been in twice. Carlton 7. So, yeah, once they get it in there, they get repeat entries.
Dixon in the ruck. Got it down. Amon slams it forward. And Byrne can't cut it off in time. One change for Port Adelaide at selection this week. Amon back into the team. Jimmy Tumpus has been dropped. 4th game of the season for Carl Amon. Cruiser again decisive, but there's Amon on cue. And well read, now pushed to Wingard. So Wingard's going to take the free for about 45 out. He was the man that kept Port Adelaide in it last time these two teams met, when the Blues scraped home by 4 points in a controversial game that saw Bryce Gibbs reported for a tackle on Robbie Gray and given 2 weeks, and an umpiring decision late in the game helping the Blues. Wingard kicked 5 in that one. To the Blues.
Good effort, good attempt. Wasn't a bad kick at all.
5 scoring shots to 4 in favour of Port, but they trail by 9 points. Simpson from the back pocket, who's called to play on not the required distance. Plowman does exactly that. Big up and under, and the diving mark taken by Stewart. He backpedals a little, to O'Shea, who goes even further to Cracker. Little chip over the top is okay. Homps. Every player in one half of the ground at the moment. Back to Cracker again, trying to find a passage down towards the forward line, and he's done it through Ollie Wines. 60 from home. Low trajectory kick goes up in towards the forward line. Need is waiting down. Was he taken high? He shrugs one tackle. A cry of ball goes up.
Great second effort from Gibbs.
Well, he needed it, Spud, because the first effort was pretty ordinary. He had Jaggy Need cold with the tackle from behind, and he just let him shrug it off. But to his credit, he butted up again.
Desperation in the end, wasn't he? He knew that he let one slip early.
Finding Rowe. Sorry, Spud. Rowe. Short. That's going to be okay. It's got to be 50. So Plowman. And these actions are frustrating Ken Hinkley early on in this game. Plowman now forward of the centre. Players streaming down the ground. He goes long. Carlton inside 50 once again towards Jones, towards Cruiser. Armfield snaps. Yeah, and there's a way to the left.
He didn't realise the mark had been paid, and I think he's probably telling us that he didn't get first hands on the footy, Matty Cruiser, because that's why he handballed it straight away.
Let's have a look. You're right.
It was Jones' hands. But he was going to pay the marks, but you're right, the umpire called it.
Definitely going to pay it.
He's no liar. He wasn't going to claim it when he didn't mark it. Doherty had it for a split second. She teased it out.
Can we get every player to be as honest as that, Wayne, the way the game is played?
Only our cricketers were like that with their LBW decisions. Back into play on the wing. Yeah, some players are very good at faking sincerity. Dixon. Big palm down. Hartlett keeps it running. Amon. Trengove shot down. Got it to Wine somehow. Got it to Archie somehow. Wingard could go central. He does, but he overcooked it. And the mark taken by Simpson. Last line of defence.
Love the weight of the hand pass from Archie that released Wingard.
Kerridge, will he overcook that? Straight over Everett's head. And Pittard, who's having an all-Australian-like season, sends it back. Wingard. One grab, not the second. Young dragged down, no Pryor. Now he's trying, so it's a ball up.
Almost 20 minutes played in this first term. Carlton by under 2 kicks. Cruiser wins it. Simpson ridden into the ground. He loses the footy. Kerridge had it and then lost it. Boak works hard for Port. Goes in again. Lies a tackle to Curnow. Now we've got another stoppage.
Most of the stats are pretty even at the moment. Clearances, Port Adelaide, though, are doing pretty well, 8-4.
Trengove used the body. Oh! He says, I'll go it alone. And the big man does.
Right now on Telstra Prepaid Freedom Plus, you get a massive 3 gigs. And when you've got unlimited Telstra Air data at over 300,000 hotspots across Australia, it's like the whole internet is on tap. Plus, with unlimited streaming of live AFL or NRL games, your footy's on tap too. Get it all when you recharge $30.
Been a twofold reinvention. Port Adelaide obviously needing someone in the ruck with Lobie out of form and then injured in the SANFL, and they needed a bit more speed in defence, so it's helped them 2 ways. He knocks this down to Broadbent, gets the clearance, and Need front spot. Just pokes the pass. Wingard half tripped. Umpire said it wasn't a trip, it was accidental. Simpson, little fumble and little fake. from German Impey. He gives him one back and then gives the free kick away. So the Blues.
Yeah, silly. The game stopped. So as soon as you see head-high contact, you probably should have got 50 there as well.
So the hero of the day takes it at half-back.
Well, this is disposal number 7.
Plenty of Logie nominees out there too.
But anything above the shoulders, in a stop play, they're always going to give a free kick away.
Simpson towards centre wing. Smashed straight up in the air by the pack. Pittard knocks it down at a second attempt. Ebert's hand pass towards Polak. Claim. And a high tackle, Deem.
Yeah, too high with the hands there. Walker on that occasion. Starting a bit willing this game.
Well, it was nasty last time they met.
Burn-Jones gives it away. Pittard in towards Wingard and co. No one able to take it cleanly. Ball comes out. It was big Charlie Dixon who got it out towards Young. Another hand pass is okay. Polak centering ball. Carlton have got the numbers. Kerridge gets an unkind bounce. He's the only one that does get an unkind bounce because they're able to pop another one through Port Adelaide, and they're looking good early.
An Aussie beauty queen disappears.
Trail of Lucille's known movements ends.
Her murderer gets away with it. Now, for the first time, the coroner has named the killer.
The opportunity to speak for himself.
And he's behind this door. What will he do when Mike Willesee starts knocking on 7 Sunday night?
Been an in-and-out player this year, Carl Amon.
Well, that's their second clearance goal back-to-back, so 10-4 clearances way and Port's way, and obviously 3-2 centre clearances.
Cruiser, big palm on that, down to Murphy, had it but lost it. Curnow on hands and knees. Young got in there quick, caught though. No Pryor, dumped into the deck. Umpire Ray Chamberlain quick in for a ball up.
Some room behind me, please. Coming out here.
Love the way Ed Curnow plays. Ebert gets it from Trengo. Bangs it forward. Impey. Unkind bounce. Dixon got there. Gave it to Wingard, who initially got on his way. Back to Dixon. The twist was good. Caught. Inside kick. Polak can't half volley it. Still danger here for the Blues. Need. He dived into a high.
Yeah, he did. It was clever played, mate. And Dale Thomas is letting him know, but...
Relax, I've seen it once. Left shoulder, definitely high.
Yeah, it's interesting. He didn't duck his head. He was already at that level.
He was. And he
plays on to Pittard, who blows it.
Well, that's just horrible. Why would you hand pass when you're 35 metres out directly in front?
Yeah, you've got to take the responsibility on
yourself. That's a lack of confidence in your own goal kicking, and Daisy Thomas can't really complain about the free kick. He's gone over the shoulder.
Yeah, that's right. And the thing with that, he actually took the tackle on. Jake Need, so
Leave it on. Play on.
Didn't slow down. That's what forced the free kick.
Murphy takes the kick in, goes up towards centre wing. Hobbs got a hand to it. Keeping it in play for Carlton was right. Now they've got an opportunity through Walker, centering ball. They've got the numbers waiting down. Cruiser takes the hand pass. Back pedals to Murphy, who initiated this passage from the back pocket. He goes towards Kerridge. Ignores Byrne wide.
Everett was on as well.
Now he does get the hand pass away. Tui up towards forward line. Poor kick.
No, they had to do better than that. They had to do better than that, Carlton. They had the extra on the overlap and they didn't use Everett.
Polak.
The Trengove long.
That's where he's coming. The big man doesn't let him down.
Oh
yes, he does let him down. Murphy. Are they going to make him pay? Walker couldn't complete the mark inside 50. Trengove gets another chance. It's a high ball back towards Broadbent. Used the body against Curnow and is going to get pinged.
Gee, Andrew Walker would be remonstrating internally, I suspect. Tackling himself over what was a soda of a mark that he dropped. He should have been lining up for goal.
Jamison to Rowe. The switch is on. Kerridge wide to the outer side. Back into the middle.
It's a couple of times we've seen Port go into the corridor from half back. First time cost him a goal. That one didn't, but probably should have.
Murphy having a field day in the last 60 seconds. Picks up another possession. Interesting kick. A little pitching wedge.
Yeah, just bit off a little bit too much there. He played on, which was great, but Broadbent was all over that. which put pressure on the kick.
Okay. Play on you.
Aim on.
Okay, yes.
Having a good first term. Drives it long. Dixon's on his own. 3 minutes left in the quarter. Impey runs for him. Wines runs. He's got Pollock inside. Gone. Throw.
How good was the tackle? That was great from Gibbs. He tried to sell the dummy, but Gibbs was all over. Just kept his eyes right on the hips.
A few players breathing in the deep ones at the moment. Hits wide to Jamison. His milestone match, 150 for him. Doherty takes some time. Now he's got Dale Thomas on the open side. Needs to be a good kick. But they could take off here. Sees the opportunity. Wowman.
We're going to have to continually switch the ball now, Carlton. They haven't got the bailout kick with Casbolt, so that's why you'll see Carlton a lot of times change direction and try and shift the Port defence.
Walker hugs the boundary. Jones, his target up way early, but not an unrealistic leap, and the ball thumped out of play. 2:18 left.
That's Levi Casbolt in the room. Well, he's looking distressed by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, but he's got no boots on. He's taken the jumper off, so
that could be it for the day.
There is an issue.
And if they called the family down, it's probably an indicator too.
You're never sure with that. Sometimes it's just to find out whether he's okay or not.
His ice going under the left knee now.
Yeah.
No doubt we'll get a report from Moons at quarter time, which is not too far away. Gibbs in the thick of things once again. Head down, bum up. He burrows and gets it out to Cripps. Cripps goes short, finds Jones. Growing in confidence as the days go by at his new club. In towards the forward line. Had the numbers, but can they get out? Stewart's in all sorts of trouble. Boundary line, his saviour.
It's one of the few times we see a forward throwing a defender over the boundary line with the ball. They're normally dragging them back in the other way now, keeping the ball in play.
Under 2 minutes remaining in this quarter. Third man up. No one able to get away cleanly. Broadbent. Sumner on his hammer. Crooks through heavy traffic. Snaps. Bends it the wrong way in the end. And out of bounds on the full, so Stewart will bring the kick in.
Oh, right on the post. Thanks, mate.
These two sides 12th and 10th on the ladder as we speak. Carlton 12th, Port 10th. They could, Port Adelaide, sneak into the 8 with a win here this afternoon. How long they'd remain there remains to be seen. Here's Doherty. Centering ball. Back pedal to the 150 gamer in Jamison. He looks at a congested forward line and then goes straight towards the top of the square. No one over there, a decent run at it for Carlton.
Well, that wouldn't have happened, Sandy, if Casbolt was there. It'd either be a mark or a spoil to Port. So
they are finding it difficult, though, Spud. Port Adelaide getting the ball back. And we spoke pre-game about that Carlton wall and how they press right up and they keep the ball in their forward line, and they're doing that at the moment.
No, they're doing a really good job, and that's coaching. That's what Brendan Bolton's brought to the team. The last 4 weeks, time in forward half, they're 10 minutes extra than the opposition, which is a terrific stat.
Wines gets away from Cripps. 2 young guns head to head. That's been a good battle so far. And Rowe bumped out of play. Port Adelaide have kicked the last 2 goals after the Blues opened up a 2-kick lead.
Yeah, they're ranked 4th in the competition over the last month, Carlton, of keeping the ball inside their forward half.
Cruiser. Trengo from behind down to Boak. Scrambles it towards Young. Tui. Young got a hand on it, then crumbed his own ball. Caught though, good tackle, Plowman. Got it off to Dixon. Wingard. Didn't go for the miracle kick, went for Westhoff.
That was a magnificent kick, and what happened then, Michael Jamison was spectating the ball, and what happened was Westhoff just ducked out the back beautifully. All of a sudden, Jamison's looked to where his direct opponent was, and he knew he was in strife because he just lost the touch and feel on Westhoff. Beautiful kick, though, as you described, guys.
Already got one, coming off a 3-goal game last week. That's his career set shots from this spot. And that hurts with the siren about to sound for quarter time. Port Adelaide by 9 points. Their biggest lead of the contest as the quarter time siren sounds. Etihad Stadium, Round 8, third of the season over, and this one shaping as a good one.
Couple of late goals assisting Ken Hinkley and his men. Jackson Trengove has been busy up against Matty Cruiser, who's just having a chat there with Sam Rowe and senior coach Brendan Bolton. But those late goals enabled Port Adelaide to go to the first break with a 9-point lead, 4-5-29 to 3-2-20. Westhoff with 2 goals, the only multiple scorer on the ground. Ollie Wines has been busy. Sam Doherty has been busy, so too Cade Simpson in his 250th game. Let's go down to the boundary line. Of course, the talking point, Moons, is about one man, and that's Levi Casbolt.
Yeah, look, it is, Sandy. It's disappointing, isn't it? Because we are seeing a really good game at the moment, but how are Carlton going to now go forward with this man out of the game? We're just looking at it here. This is the incident that we're talking about. It's his left knee. We expect it's going to be an ACL, but we won't know at least until half-time, where hopefully we'll speak with football manager Andy McKay. But as you can just see there, straight away he grabbed that left knee. He was in a fair bit of pain, straight down into the rooms where they assessed him down there. And as you can see there, ice on the outside and inside of the knee, so it just doesn't look good, guys. He's down now, sitting on the bench, as you can see now, but obviously looking a little bit distressed all about it, but really disappointing from a Carlton point of view, and obviously Levi Casbolt.
Yes, thanks, Moons. Hopefully we'll have more news on that at half-time, as you said, with Andy McKay. Jason and Danny, how did you see the first quarter?
Look, it was an interesting one. They're going to find it difficult now going forward, the Blues, without Levi there, but Port Adelaide had 9 scoring shots to the 5, and they've had 9 scoring shots from 17 inside 50s. That's better than a 50% strike rate in terms of scoring every time you get it inside 50. And if they go at 17 inside 50s a quarter, you have to think they're going to have enough scoring shots to get the job done.
And it's the clearances where Brendan Bolton and the coaching staff will be really concerned, Jace. 13 clearances to Port, only 6 to Carlton. So
it's one area they haven't been able to control, the Blues, isn't it?
No, they have. You're absolutely spot on. If they can get the clearances under control, we know when they get the ball in and get territory, they can keep it in there.
And look at that, 6 scoring shots from stoppages for Port Adelaide.
So Cruiser, Gibbs, Cripps, Murphy in the middle to start the second term. Trengove against Cruiser, bounce favoured Cruiser. He thumps it to Gibbs, gets past one, not the other. Amon came at him and Boak flicks it away after the initial tackle attempt. Pittard flicks it to his own advantage, then kicks straight to Murphy. To Gibbs. Thought about Cripps, he goes back. Tui. And indecisive now with no Casbolt to go long to.
No, it was a good play in the end because he never went long. It was going to be an outnumbered situation.
So Walker might be their high flyer. He goes short. And the slow build up to Cripps. Is he within range? He thinks he is.
Well, that's what Port need to readjust, Dwayne. They're probably expecting the long bomb, but Casbolt's out of the game now.
Hands off quickly. Tui can drive one home from 60. It's out of here.
We'll treat the kids to a free Happy Meal when you treat yourselves to any Create Your Taste meal. New grown-up ingredients for you and a free Happy Meal for the kids.
This is before Ashley and Martin's medical treatment for hair loss. This is after. Clearly it works. Over 98% of our patients regrow their very own hair.
If you want to grow more hair, call Ashley and Martin.
I think it's just a great example. No matter whether you're looking after a man or doing a job, you always track the footy.
Zach Tui, a big bomb to start Carlton going in the second quarter. Trengove gets a decent old run at it. Cripps couldn't take it, neither could Cruiser. Murphy can. Had a busy first quarter. Goes down towards the half-forward line. Armfield tries to shrug a tackle, isn't successful. Impey and Simpson go charging forward. And it's the 250 gamer who wins out. Puts them inside 50. No one waiting down at the back. Pressure now on the Port Adelaide defence. And they're feeling it too. Trying to get through was Amon again. Eventually it's Pittard who comes wide. Trengove takes the mark. He's called to go, trying to draw the player. Successfully so. Up towards the half-forward line. Charlie Dixon's had been quiet. Need gets caught and taken to ground. Dixon tries to get that ball out. He can't.
There's a good tackle from Dale Thomas. Front on, didn't give away the free kick. Need was charging at him.
Trengove, Gibbs, third man up. Cripps goes back to Murphy again. Towards centre wing. Rowe with a fist. Belts it down in front. Pittard tried to steal it from Kerridge but was unsuccessful. Now Murphy again. He's racking them up. Interesting kick. Down towards the 50. The bounce favours Port Adelaide. That was O'Shea. They're out of trouble. Back towards the middle and Westhoff takes the mark.
That's the kick. If it works, they're away. If it doesn't work, it's a turnover. Impey, he's got one-on-ones ahead. He's got Wingard and a one-on-one with Doherty or Charlie Dixon. He wants Charlie. He's got Charlie.
While that's going on, Matty Cruz is in trouble, Spud.
Hasn't moved since that clearance about 60 seconds ago. So I'm not sure whether he's just been winded, but 20 seconds he's on the ground and he's stood up. So just have a look at there.
Oh yeah,
he's got a knee right into the stomach region.
So is that winded or a rib?
Ribs. Well, hopefully it's just winded, Wayne. It looked a little bit higher near the rib cage.
Charlie Dixon coming off a 5-goal game last week. In fact, he kicked 5 straight last week.
When it comes to my hair, it's simple. I choose Daphne. With Daphne, the new hair straightening ceramic brush, I simply brush and my hair is straight in no time. For me, it is simply the best choice.
It's good to see Cruiser back in the middle to contest.
Now you understand, boys, why ruckmen hate players jumping third man up and why they yell at their teammates when they allow it to happen.
Exactly. The interesting thing from the Blues is Rowe has gone forward to replace Casbolt, and they're using Lockie Plowman playing tall now as a key defender.
Almost shades of Sandilands, who caught that nasty one. This Trengove going up towards the 50. Tui running out of room, but keeps it into Murphy, who put it out of irons on the full.
Yeah, Trengove there just having another impact at the centre clearance.
Boak hurriedly to the top of the square once again. Jostling, Young gets clear, has time, gives it away. Charlie snaps one behind.
Might have been a bit too unselfish, Young then. He perhaps could have kept going and snapped it on the left foot. And handballed it off to Westhoff.
It's easy to do, Sandy.
Yes, with a couple of beards.
Cripps.
Thanks, Justin.
Yeah, it's a beard off in the forward line at the moment. Port Adelaide, that's a short pass to Curnow. Just the required 15. And he went short. Westhoff cuts it off.
Bad decision.
Pokes it back and beard to beard. He let it go. Dixon, Young, was unselfish earlier. Unselfish here. Ebert found a gap. Kicks the goal. Turnovers can kill you.
Reward yourself at Harvey Norman. Simply purchase a selected electrical product from one of these Harvey Norman catalogues and receive a bonus digital gift card valued at up to $420. Small kitchen appliances, dishwashers, soundbars and vacuums, washers, dryers and fridges, home theatre systems and TVs. Buy selected products now and choose your reward from Good Food Gift Card, Event Cinemas, Flight Centre, Ticketmaster, Super Cheap Auto or Spa and Wellness. Hurry, limited offer. Check these catalogues for great deals including your choice of bonus digital rewards. Now at Harvey Norman.
16 points the margin now in favour of Port. And again, it'll be Trengove and Cruiser. An excellent bounce. Trengove tried to take it out and get away, but he couldn't. Wines is at the bottom of the pack.
Yeah, they've been in 3 times this quarter, Port Adelaide, for 2 majors. So they're scoring at will at the moment. And I know that Rowe's gone forward, Jace, with Casbolt, but it does open up their defence somewhat as well.
In towards Wines. Gibbs' hand pass is OK to Walker. Walker's hand pass wasn't too good, but Curnow made it look OK. And the kick wobbles to Liam Jones, who takes the mark directly in front.
Well, it wasn't his best kick turnout, but now Carlton got a shot at goal, and he was the one to turn the ball over for Port to kick that goal. So at least he's hopefully going to square the ledger of Liam Jones. You can see here in the bottom of the screen the kick from Curnow. Look, the decision to go in there was perfect. It was a bit of a wobbler, but it paid dividends. Well, this is just a matter of how accurate this kick is from Liam Jones.
Jones for his first for the day. and is 5th for the year. Not a problem. Carlton answers.
Usually gentle and friendly, if agitated, refrain from noise. Males may become aggressive or excited by the smell of female alpacas.
With the Amy Access app, you can make a claim without having to speak to anyone, which is a good option to have in some situations. That's not very insurance-y.
Lucky you're with Amy.
And now a new coach, Brendan Bolton, at the helm against Ken Hinkley.
Well, they're squaring the ledges, Dwayne, in the clearances. They got smacked in the first quarter, Carlton, 4-1 in this quarter.
Trengove kind of gets that, but he kicks it straight to his opposite ruckman, Cruiser, who made it tough. Westhoff shut down tackle, ball. And now he's got one-on-ones ahead. Dixon. Good battle over the back. Plowman did well. Need, Tui, Need, bang, knocked over the boundary. Still alive though, can't run it out these days. Curnow goes back, the Plowman goes wide. Cripps against the boundary, dances around Boak. Curnow a roller, Ebert caught, dragged across the line, and a ball in.
Beautiful tackle there from Westhoff. That is the perfect tackle. Went low and didn't fall on his back.
It's interesting, some umpires don't pay holding the ball if the ball's knocked out in the tackle.
Yeah, they like to call play on if it spills out, but I'd like to see that tackle rewarded.
Trengove to Wines. Trying to get clear was Impey. Pushed over the top and bouncing through for one goal. There's another one. And all of a sudden, Hartlett has extended the lead back to 16 points.
Toyota means business. Jump to it for deals too big to miss. With amazing end of financial year offers on a huge range. Like new look RAV4, now $31,990 drive away. Or get bonus accessories on Hilux SR5 4x4 double cab turbo diesel. See your Toyota dealer now or search Toyota Value. Jump to it.
It's got some class, Hamish Hartlett. Pick 4 behind Watts, Nat Nui and Josh Hill. Back in 2008, always been a gun kid. Half tackle not rewarded. No holding the man. Amon slams it. Young's got 3 to beat. Knocked down to Tui. Goes all the way back. Plowman. Under some pressure from Need. Goes wide and stolen by Broadbent. He's got Westhoff inside. Didn't quite get to him. Cut off by Wingard. Tries to dance around Tui and he's stripped. And he had Pryor. So ball not clear in a tackle when you've had Pryor is always holding the ball. If you haven't had Pryor and it's not clear, some umpires don't pay it. Tui, half back to Rowe, now playing as a forward. And thumped clear of right and will get a ball in.
And he's got to do that every time, Sam Rowe. He's got to present and he's got to make sure he gets into the contest, brings the ball to ground at the very least, and give the runners and the crummers an opportunity to then get involved.
Almost down to centre wing. Curnow, who's been busy, gets it away to right. Interesting. Gourmet open here for Pittard. No, he left the footy behind. It may open for Carlton's Curnow. He handballs to himself and he can't pick it up. Hartlett gets him. Fierce tackling is allowed to go on. Need is away. He goes onto the left boot. Up towards the full forward. Was that a push?
He nearly paid it. The umpire nearly paid it.
He thought about it, didn't he? Here's Armfield. Carlton out of trouble for the moment towards Cruiser.
Rowe had to protect.
Rowe was there. Walker claimed, ripped to the ground by O'Shea.
Yeah. Let's have a look at this one here. Is that hand in the back? Forearm?
Yeah, I thought it was good. Well,
the umpire almost went to give the push in the back signal.
It was the forearm. It was well adjudicated.
Almost a falcon off the head of Gibbs. Eventually it's Armfield. It's a high ball up towards half forward, smashed away towards the boundary line. Cracker is there on the very last line of defence, centering ball, bringing it back to Broadbent. Now an opportunity for Port. Broadbent bounces his way across the half-back line, goes wide and long, but where's he gone? The race is on. Blues have got the numbers and the favourite son's going to get there first, but he can't keep it in play.
He's got to be deliberate.
Oh, it's the throw-in.
Guys, just quickly, you just see that Cruiser just came off after that contest with Rowe. Came off with a sore knee, he's limping off. We know he's got a big hit in the stomach as well. So he's in the wars at the moment, the big fella.
Yeah, that was an interesting call. I think he touched that as it went across the line. So hard to call it deliberate if you can collect it. Carlton free, Cruiser downstairs. So 2 now in trouble for the Blues.
1 metre back. Thank you.
Curnow. Indecisive. Goes with that short pass again. Lamb. A little bit of a lull. Silence here at Etihad.
Move it on.
30,000 odd.
Thank you.
Dumps it down the line. Jonas, Homsch, Walker. Good crumb. Sumner. Hands it off. Perfect opportunity. Everett runs to 40. Drills it.
Transform your Sunday. Be there when this family's life is changed forever.
Oh, look at this!
Tonight, 7 o'clock. The night of amazing reveals.
I got a colour right, Rob.
I chose the colours.
There was nothing to fault in this room.
But there was a major mistake.
You gotta see this whole house transformed. Tonight, 7 o'clock.
We just saw Matty Cruiser there in that contest there now. So there's only 2 on the bench for Carlton. Obviously, with Casbolt out and Cruiser down the rooms, Brendan Bolton and the coaches will be swinging the changes now.
We'll get a full report from Cam Mooney at half-time, if not before, on the 2 big men.
Block, Carlton. Block.
Trengove nonplussed for a moment, but the block was called. Interesting kick by Rowe. It's a bounce that's going to favour Port Adelaide. Boak. Caught. Dropped the footy. Jones has it. He's outside 50. Be kicking from 56. Goes to the top of the square. They come charging at him. There's no Levi Casbolt. There's no Matty Cruiser. But there is Murphy. He goes across the face, right across the face, and Port Adelaide have got the numbers, and they will amble out of defence and hopefully go deep into attack again.
Young's got 2 to beat out there. Couldn't beat them both. Doherty. Lace out to Lamb.
That was a beautiful kick from Doherty, Blaine. Beautifully called, because his initial thought was to go a little bit short. Then he just lifted his eyes a fraction and kicked the ball to Lamb. He's had a little bit of impact, Lamb. He did a beautiful handball under pressure to Murphy, which the kick went astray. But have a look at here, Doherty. He changed his mind, and that is a great option.
Having a good little patch, the Blues, the last 5 or 7 minutes.
A good little deal, the Plowman, Sumner, Lamb, Phillips deal to the Blues. Phillips out injured at the moment, obviously. Lamb from 48. Just misses. Just have to parlay that good patch into goals in a row if they can, the Blues, while they're hot.
Pitted down the middle, but they have closed the gap. It was 16 points, it's now 7. Broadbent, you've got to be quicker than that.
Well, thrown the ball. Incorrect disposal, beautiful tackle. Not sure what he's arguing for, Broadbent. He may have thought he got a fist to it.
Armfield to Daisy Thomas. Spearing it in towards the pocket. Now Murphy thought about that, was called out by Everett.
And that's a really good decision, Sandy, because Murphy was stationary, Everett was on the move. So, like all midfielders, you need to be aware of your forwards coming out of the square, and that's great connection between the skipper and Everett on that occasion.
Everett kicking for his 3rd goal.
Yeah, well, he's the danger man at the moment for Port Adelaide. They need to put a little bit more time into Everett.
There you can see what lies ahead of him. He's starting it right, and that's where it remains. 17 minutes gone in the 2nd quarter. Pitted again. Goes for his tall timber in Dixon, who lost it for a moment but then regained composure. The Wines hand pass is a real floater. Wingard, Need towards centre wing. Impey's in all sorts of trouble. Simpson, gang tackled, and the 250 gamer is taken to ground. And Razor Ray comes in and says, I'll have it.
Done well again, the Blues, to stop a little bit of run from Port Adelaide. Spoke about that wall pre-game and setting up the defensive structure so that there's no easy transition for Port.
Rowe up against a couple. Thomas around the body. Rowe taken out of it by Tringo.
Yeah, too early on that occasion. Coming out of the plate.
But different now for Tringo. He's got a more mobile guy against him in Rowe, causing him some troubles. Cripps. Byrne does exactly that to Charlie Dixon. Gives it back to Cripps. Curnow. He'll short pass to somebody. Goes to Kerridge. Cut off by Wines. Couldn't crumb his own ball. O'Shea couldn't crumb it. Still Kerridge, now Wines again. Feeds it back. Pittard, little double grab, but he collected. West off. Bounce pass, O'Shea. Kerridge came at him, he left it behind. Curnow again. Short pass. Was that 15? You bet it was. Everett will line up. Well, I'm not sure it was, but it was.
Yeah, it was. Well, the umpire thought it was. That's the most important thing for Everett and Carlton. So he's just on the move all the time, Everett. And rightly so. He's not a big man. He doesn't take contested marks. But what he does is provide a moving target and he tracks the ball. So they've taken 8 marks inside their forward 50 at the moment, Carlton. Everett, 4 of those.
From the paint, struck it beautifully. Straight off the laces. Never in doubt.
Because we're able to buy in bulk, we're able to keep our prices down. We can offer those things to our local community and customers at a lower price. It's a win-win situation.
Polytray wheelbarrow, only $54. Jumbuck Chiminea, $79.90. 4-litre Dulux wash and wear, $71.90. Alex Sensolite, just $29.90. If you happen to find a lower price on a stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%.
When you can buy things that you can afford and the prices are low, you walk away happy. Lowest prices are just the beginning.
7 goals, 2 from set shots to Andreas Everett this season. So pretty good percentage. And Carlton right back in this game, just down by 2 points. Rowe.
You just saw the last 10 clearances, all Carlton's favour. Here's another one.
And here they go again. Tui goes long up towards the forward line, but no one at home. Porter got the numbers. Cracker takes them. Call to move it on. He goes almost laterally to Homps.
Again, a good sign of their defensive organisation, the Blues, holding it up, making them kick long to a contest.
Towards centre wing, Jamieson with the fist. Belted it clear. Thomas got boot to ball. Rowe trapped it nicely. Then runs into heavy traffic. Trengo tumbling a punt up towards the 50. This will be a race in 2 here. Wingard towards the line and going right there with him was young Lockie Plowman.
Doing a good job, Sandy. Plowman on Wingard, or the halfback flankers are at the moment. You see Byrne going on the Wingard, so it's Kieran Byrne. He's only had the 5 disposals for Wingard, so Byrne doing a terrific job.
Young man from County Louth. Rowe, Gibbs. Another hand pass away, Cripps. And got to bring it back.
The clearances this quarter, 11-4, Carlton's favour. In the first quarter, it was 13-6 Port, so they're really getting on top of the clearance stakes, the Blues, led by Cripps.
Gibbs hits wide. Ball through Jones's hands. Port Adelaide about to make a triple change, as you can see. Boak, Ebert, Young preparing to come on. It's like ice hockey when they change a whole line at once. Bring a fresh line on. Ball back into play. Both ruckmen tie up. Trengove thumps it forward. Dixon playing in front. Position A. And it drops short.
And he plays in front. He's big enough to protect the ball as it comes in like that. He's been kicking very well, Charlie Dixon. Been impressed with his work rate today. He's chased a couple of times very hard out of defence, out of the forward line to try and provide defence.
See, Trengo's just coming off for a quick rest, guys. He's had the 12 possessions, 3 clearances, 3 tackles, 3 inside 50. He's had a hell of a game so far.
There is numbers. And right on the paint. It drifts a little. It drifts too much. Only a behind. Big 5.5 minutes coming up here. Blues have some momentum. Port Adelaide still lead by 3, and Trengove on the blower.
And blowing. He's breathing hard. He's working hard in the ruck.
Tui comes back in, but just It remains in the pocket with Doherty.
Move it on now. Play on.
Long and high to the outer side, and a pack of 6 or 7 players. Gibbs and Cripps lurking.
Second tackle high.
Second tackle is deemed high. You can hear Ray Chamberlain say that. So once again,
Danger.
Carlton, but Young is there, has it fisted away, pitted, long and low, back towards the forward pocket region. Wingard was the target. Plowman is there with him. Plowman needs assistance. Well, he's got it, but eventually the boundary line wins with taking it over the line. Young Brendan Archie to force a throw in.
That last kick from Pittard, just another example of they've tried to force a lot of the passes going inside 50.
So they've managed to keep it in the scoring zone. Can they take advantage of it? Impey takes a couple on, tries to get through heavy traffic. Now Murphy accepts the hand pass, comes back towards centre wing. Everett was the spoiler. Pittard with the ball, but taken over the boundary line. And another throw in to take place. Down to 4.5 minutes in this second quarter.
So no Levi Casbolt at the moment. We'll give you an update at half-time as to how bad that knee injury is. And Cruiser off as well. Update on that at half-time. Ball knocked down towards Hartlett. Wants to take it and run. Keeps it alive. Amon. He couldn't keep it alive. Ball in.
It's actually a massive effort, Dwayne, when you consider there's Matty Cruiser right now. Hopefully going to be okay to come back on. But to have your 2 big men out of action, been a terrific effort by Carlton to fight back into it.
We just see that huge strapping on that left knee, guys. He's just done a couple of run-throughs, so it looks like he's going to come back out and give it another go.
Good news. Tui flicks it back. Thomas. Magnificent turn. Terrible handball. Wines. Back inside. Broadbent. Need. Sidestep. Lamb kept it in. Maybe to his detriment. Amon. Protected it. Got it back. Burn-Jones. Wines. Burn-Jones. Floats it. Forward pocket. Dixon there. Young floated back with the flight. Body on the line. Might get his reward here. Tries to push off. Simpson drags him out. Ball in. Great contest.
Yeah, great contest, one. Well called. Really good contest from the Carlton small defenders as well. They're under real heat then. Did well to cause a boundary throw in.
Port Adelaide continue to threaten. Rowe from behind. Young in front looking for a free kick. Wines kickers smothered. Here's Westhoff bending it a little too far and through to one behind. All set up for a big second half. As Doherty brings it back into play. Simpson, who's had a very good 250th today.
Matty Cruiser, boys. Sorry, Matty Cruiser coming back on right now.
Good news, Moons.
That is. Thank you, Moons. Here's Murphy.
And let me tell you, Sam Rowe, who he replaced, was absolutely spent when he came to the bench.
Yeah, he's running freely too, which is fantastic.
Blues fans with the cruise. It always sounds like they're booing, but they're not. They love him.
Yes, Sam Rowe would be wondering about the rucking cable, wouldn't he? Here's Dixon. No mark. Young. He's at the back. If he can get his skates on, snaps with the left, doesn't pull it back enough.
Lockie Plowman has copped the knee in the back here, and he is in all sorts of difficulty.
Yeah, well, that was Aaron Young's direct opponent. That's why Young had so much space. And really good courage from Plowman.
Oh, in the kidneys.
Gee,
that's courage going back.
He's still on the ground too, guys.
It's 18-17 now. I'm surprised the Blues were so quick to play this on. They've got one-on-ones ahead. Yeah, Big Jones got up there, takes off, and brilliant smother. Seen so many awesome smothers this year. It's almost been brought back into the game. Stewart put Westhoff under the pump, had Jonas there as his outlet, flicks it wide, and it's still 18-17. Broadbent with 2.5 minutes left. Plowman, he's up, but he's not into it.
It's good courage too. He's starting to jog a bit now, which is good, but I think he's probably going to come off.
Yeah.
Sensible thing to do.
Broadbent heads toward Amon. 2 minutes left in the half. Poor old Matty Cruiser had to run a full wing to wing to actually get into that last run contest. I think he was spent again when he got there. Amon heads back again.
Good news on Plowman, guys. He's actually staying back on the ground, so it looks like no actual damage.
Cruiser looks a little spent again as he's trying to chase, and they've got the spare. Archie drives it long. Young got hands on it. Got his own crumb. Got his arms free. slips it through.
Right now, if you make the leap with a NAB home loan, plus make us your main bank, you could land 250,000 Velocity frequent flyer points to take you across the globe. So, make the leap today, and who knows where you'll land tomorrow.
After a heavy knock.
Handy goal for Port and for Young. As we approach half-time. Once again, the lead out to 11 points. Westhoff doing the ruck work against an injured Cruiser. Gibbs from a standing start, pumps it long. Can the Blues reply? They've got it inside 50. Pittard was there, but he couldn't take it cleanly. Everett tries to get it away towards Walker. Claimed, the ball spills free. Need had it for a moment and then lost it. Finally they steady through Hartlett. Over the top, up towards centre wing. Wingard's hand pass. Well, it wasn't too good for Amon, but he's able to back up once more. And eventually the boundary line wins out. Pittard was almost standing over the line when he tried to get the hand pass away to his teammate, and we've got another throw in. 1 minute remaining in the half.
Thanks, mate. Hands off, Ed! Hands off!
Horizonico with the third eye.
Cruiser got a hand to it.
Play on.
Wright was there as well, so too Kerno. Westhoff soccers off the ground. Going the wrong way. They come back to Gibbs.
2 metres back, please.
Ebert called back.
Play on.
No, it matters not because he's changed tack and gone backwards. Perhaps sensing that the siren is imminent.
Thanks, Aaron. Thank you.
And Daisy Thomas quite content to maintain possession or switch play once again. That's exactly what he does. Going back to Doherty. So they're just working on their disposal count at the moment. Jamison, the 150 gamer, goes even wider. And time ticking away. Probably possible now for only one side to get a score. And now close to the boundary line, not even that. O'Shea's in all sorts of trouble taken by Kerno and he's been pinged. So that'll be it.
I didn't think you kicked him. Fend off. Prior opportunity. Play on. You.
Short, one of the last kicks of the day, or for the half, to Plowman. Jamison, does he think about Thomas? No, he doesn't. Because the siren has sounded, and at the long break, Port Adelaide were challenged in that second quarter. Carlton came to within a couple of points, but Port Adelaide rallied late, 8-9-57 to Carlton 7-4-46. We have got a game on our hands, though, at the long break. It is Port Adelaide by 11 points here at Etihad.
It's been an intriguing first half at Etihad Stadium. The Blues looking for their fourth win in a row. Port Adelaide trying to make it 3 on the trot themselves. And it's a match up for grabs at the main break. Just 11 points. Only a couple of kicks separating the two sides. The Blues 7-4-46 to Port Adelaide 8-9-57. Some of the key stats there, Danny Frawley.
Yeah, well, Port dominated the clearances in the first quarter. Carlton levelled the ledger in the second, but the inside 50s, that's where they've been able to get some clean possession. But I've got no doubt Brendan Bolton said to the players at quarter time, with Casbolt out, lower your eyes. Have a look at the uncontested possessions. That's more uncontested marks and more handball receives to try and lower your eyes.
So what do you think Ken Hinkley was saying? Because he couldn't wait to get down the rooms. He was straight out onto the ground.
I think he's talking to his midfield and defence, fill the hole, because saw Everett and the Carlton forwards, Walker, really hit targets. So I think he's into his defence to change their style.
He doesn't look like he's mincing his words, Spud. He was having a fair dinkum crack at them. So he's obviously not happy with a few things. The Blues, we spoke pre-game about the wall, which is this defensive structure they're setting up. Once they get the ball in their forward half, they want to keep it there, and it's working.
It certainly is. The forward half intercepts there, 2015, it was like a sieve. They ranked 18th. And here's some of the examples. They're ranked 6th this year, 8th, sorry. And this is why. Just long kicks there. Carlton really do man up and get that wall going. Simpson, Tui, their half-backs. Again, really blocking the corridor. We saw Cruz, they end up getting a goal also. And it's just the ability to they corral the player and force him to kick wide, then the backman playing in front of their direct players to really try and keep the ball in there. That's really good coaching from Brendan Bolton.
I thought Cade Simpson started particularly well in game number 250. Slightly quieter in the second term, but he's been good for them.
Yeah, well, he's playing on Archie. See up at the top of the screen, 41. That's his direct opponent. He's no Jamison's there, but Simpson's now playing as the wicket keeper, and that's what Port have to be aware of. Aaron Young's direct opponent is Tui, but look at Simpson. He's the wicket keeper. He's the deepest player on the ground. They kick long. You can see Aaron Young saying, hit me up. They went over the top to Simpson, and that's what makes Cade Simpson a very clever player. He knows when to come back and create the extra, which really does put a lot of frustration in the opposition coaches.
In the last couple of weeks, Port Adelaide have gone for a different mix in the middle of the ground without a true recognised ruckman. It's been Trengove in particular and also Westhoff doing the job, and Trengove, he's still doing it. Kicked a goal from a stoppage here. He's battled hard, 12 possessions.
Cameron Mooney said it halfway during the second quarter. He had the 8 kicks and 4 handballs. He's had 4 tackles, 4 clearances. As you see, we saw a clearance goal at the start there. Had 13 clearances last week, and it's his second efforts and his ability to hunt the ball once it hits the ground. And that's what Matty Cruiser needs to contend with, Jace.
I reckon he's having a well-deserved break there because he's been in the thick of absolutely everything. Jackson Trengove, 11 points the margin in favour of Port Adelaide. Well, it's a new Carlton under Brendan Bolton. They are building on their unity and their identity. And after the break, we're going to show you what they got up to during the week. We'll also catch up with the footy boss, Andrew McKay, and he's going to give us the latest on the knee injury to Levi Casbolt.
A couple of first half injuries testing the coaching skills of Brendan Bolton and his staff. Of course, the serious one is Levi Casbolt. We'll have a report on that shortly. Matty Cruiser, who left the ground for a short period of time. We thought he may be severely restricted, but the good news is for Carlton fans, he is back on the ground. Jason used the word unity before the break, talking about the Carlton Footy Club, and this is something that Brendan Bolton, when he came to the club, has tried to instill, and that includes everyone at the club. Whether you're the boot starter, the water boy, or the president or the coach, we all like to get together, and that's what Carlton has started to do, bringing everyone together under the one roof at the same time.
I think a united club's a happy club, so it's about a whole club approach. We say we want relationships with the administration and the football department. Without opportunity within our timetable to have conversations, there is no real relationship. So you can see lots of chance just to talk and joke and stir and just be together.
Each of you around the table have to relay to the rest of the table something that's either little known or completely unknown about you.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a fun activity today. Got to know a few fun facts about a few individuals.
Frankie's got 6 toes.
Yeah, create a bit of laughter and a bit of joking around, which was good.
Wojcik is from America.
Buck stood up and made the point that I'm from America. That was kind of everybody got a laugh out of that, because obviously.
What I'm most pleased about is the buy-in from our players really generating that and wanting to mix and really appreciate there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, and that's a little way in which we can thank our administration.
It's a good opportunity for the staff and the players to mix and learn a little bit about each other and get around each other a little bit.
Our members see the product on game day. Everything upstairs in the administration and all the coaches are all about preparing our players, and our leaders in particular really understand that, and they're investing back. So it's a two-way process.
Good luck for the weekend and congratulations on the milestone. Well done.
Yes, a really good innovation from the president of the Carlton Footy Club down, all getting together, and that's going to be something that's going to be happening every 5 or 6 weeks, so well done to the Blues. And these young men will be hoping that they can ride onto Etihad or even the MCG in 10 or 15 years' time and become stars of the game. Good luck to the little Oz kickers. Back in a moment, it's Port by 11 points. Welcome back to Etihad Stadium. Second half about to get underway shortly. Port Adelaide 8-9, 57, leading Carlton 7-4, 46, 11 points is the margin. Port Adelaide out on the ground. Here come the Blues now. Nice to see, or good to see, Matty Cruiser leading the boys out after leaving the ground for a moment. Not so good news, we understand, for Levi Casbolt. Let's find out the latest now, though, with Cameron Mooney. He's with Andy McKay with the latest.
Andy, thanks very much for your time. Can we just get an update on Levi? What do you guys think is going on?
Yeah, sure, Cam. Obviously, he had a hyperextension episode. Still unclear what the damage is. Whether it's bone bruising or whether there's something more sinister, we're not sure yet. So he's off to get a scan in the next half an hour or so. We'll know more, maybe tonight, maybe in the morning.
So we did just see him leave then? That's where he's off to now to get that scan, is he?
Yeah, he's off to get a scan now.
All right, really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thanks, Cam.
Comments there from Andy McKay, and we've just got to wait. As he said, we might find out later today or tomorrow. Spud?
Yes, and the scan will show it up, Sandy. Let's hopefully, for everyone's sake, that it's only bone bruising, which would probably only keep me out for a couple of weeks. But as we know, if it's an ACL rupture, the season will be finished. So let's hopefully, for Levi and Carlton's sake, that he's gets the all clear. But it didn't look great.
Do you think they can get the job done, Jason, without him?
They've been very good, Sandy. Full credit to them, because Casbolt was a major part of their structure going forward, and they've had to find other ways to go forward and different methods. I think they've done very well to get themselves back in the game. When it looked like, I think Port Adelaide opened up a 3-goal break at one stage and looked like they might career away. I think the Blues have done very well to stay in this.
Cade Simpson, of course, celebrating his 250th game. And what a servant he has been of the club. A very young Cade Simpson there, but didn't have the greatest start, Spud.
No, he didn't. Well, have a look at this. North disposal in his first game in 2011. North again, and then he had a spell in the VFL and came back, and Roy Orbison again. So Duckheads by 3, Sandy. Wasn't great, but as you can see here, his career disposals averaged over 20, and he used the ball so well, normally about 90% by foot. So he's been an outstanding player.
Exceptional career, but full credit to whoever stuck with him after 3 loads of donuts. That is fantastic.
So Cruiser back into the ruck for the Blues. Port Adelaide by 11 points to start the second half after they led by 9 at quarter time. Trengove up. Cruiser the palm. Wines. Trengove gets the clearance. It's wide, and they've got a mismatch out here. Impey jumps. Let it drop. Sumner through traffic. Doherty. Armfield. Walker. Gibbs in space.
Yeah, at the back, Gibbs.
Simpson works hard for him. He goes to Jones. One-on-ones ahead. Thumps it goal square. Walker the big jump. Thomas is up there. Off hands, Armfield. Back to Sumner. Tucked up against the boundary line. Cripps jumps this time. Off hands, Archie. Aim on. Massive opportunity there blown by the Blues. Hard running from Amon, gets it wide. Dixon, wide ball. Can't keep it alive. Content to see it out, really. Port Adelaide dodge a bullet.
Yeah, they did, Dwayne, and they did extremely well. For Charlie Dixon was nearly 3-on-1, so that was a great contest from Dixon to cause a boundary throw in, because it looked like Carlton were just going to repeat entry there.
Trengove, after a big first half, was blowing really hard, but great to see him still going and working hard. Kerno gets the hand pass away. The Blues through Armfield. Look up towards the forward line. One-on-one duel here. Holding on from both sides. Thomas was one of those, and he's caught behind on this occasion as Paul Stewart sees it over the line. I was just thinking, Spud, I just wonder if Roy Orbison, the great singer that he was, ever thought that he'd be mentioned in the third quarter of a footy match at Etihad Stadium.
Probably not Sandy, the late Big O. But anyway, I know you love your music, Sandy.
Cruiser to Gibbs. Gibbs to full forward. Stewart again defending from behind. That could well have been a trip on young Darcy Byrne-Jones. Not to be.
Well, here again, we talked about Carlton's wall at the start of the game.
It's definitely a trip.
No, it was a trip.
Free kick.
Yeah, but the repeat entries, that's what Carlton, the big improvement. They just get territory early, and then they're able to maintain some forward entries.
Kerridge tried to get it through traffic. Boak got it through traffic to Amon. Wingard in the contest, kept his feet, knocked it down towards Dixon. Walker read it well, left it behind. Wingard Keeps his feet again. Walker under it and cooked, according to the umpire.
Well, he's the one that dived on it, and he was about to get the ball out, but Charlie Dixon dragged it back under him.
Dixon plays on long. Archie up. Can't take the mark. Young dives on the crumb. He's in trouble. Got it out. Archie. Wingard floats it. Jarman empty, 3 to beat. Goes hard. Ball to the back. Murphy read it to perfection. To Simpson. Not a lot on. Has to hit Armfield. And hits him well.
Yeah, killing the crisis, isn't he, Cade Simpson?
Armfield. Load of Thomas. He's going to make the veteran work hard there. Well, the boundary line beats him.
Didn't give him much chance, did he?
None at all.
Nearly shinned it, didn't he? Dennis, we know he puts a lot of forward line pressure on. That's his role in the team.
Cruiser and Trengove again. Boak lurking. A little quiet. Polak gives it to him now. Boak for goal. Just goes across the face ever so slightly. And through for one behind.
No, it's a let-off. Carlton, especially, they had no one as a sweeper there to Polak when he ran through. They had no sweeper, Carlton.
Doherty to the outer side. One grab, not enough for Byrne. And was that deliberate?
Out the full.
So Carlton again with the opportunity. Getting out of the danger zone for a moment. Up over centre wing. Into the attacking zone. No mark. Armfield again.
Dennis.
He sprints away, Dennis Armfield. Puts him inside 50. Waiting at the back is young Lamb, and he'll go back and kick the goal. Exactly the start that Carlton needs after Port Adelaide's Boat missed a sitter at the other end.
Well done to Dennis Armfield. We were a little bit critical of his kick to Murphy about a minute ago, but then he's got a clearance and got shoulders out from that clearance. And once he got out of that congestion, used his legs beautifully to run 20 metres and get it over the top to Jed Lamb.
He has missed from this distance, so but we don't want to mozzie.
He won't miss this.
This to make the margin one straight kick, and that's exactly what he's done. Jed Lamb has his second, and here come the Navy Blues.
Small business, up to 20,000 instant appreciation. It's a great incentive for small business. Plus, save on a huge range of computers on sale now at Harvey Norman. Asus 2-in-1 laptop, Office 365 included, just $375, save $100. HP laptop with Intel Core i5 processor, $788, save $110. Save up to 25% on desktops, all-in-one computers and gaming machines with Intel inside. Shop and save on a huge range of computers now at Harvey Norman.
Go!
Started the game extremely well this third quarter. The Blues have a look at the kicking efficiency at the moment. Port 33%, Carlton 83.
Cruiser had to sit there, palm down, couldn't find a teammate. Toe poke towards half forward, but they've got it inside their half at least from the ball up. Holmes, free kick given away. Rowe. Got a little bit of a run on. Walker not shut down, goes to the hot spot. Good fist from Stewart. Pittard, O'Shea, Hartlett, sits it on Young. Good contest, Doherty, down to Simpson, strip, and had Pryor.
It was a beautiful tackle from Young, wasn't it? The kick was actually, the first kick was went to him, and Doherty read it well, but then he was in the game to really tackle hard on Simpson.
Pittard back. Stewart again. They've hemmed them in. Tucked them all the way back. It's got Young long this time. And again, it sits it on him. And again, Doherty comes hard with a crunching fist and finds the line. The Carlton fans, a massive round of applause for that. They keep it in their half.
Yeah, really good forward line pressure. No easy target, no easy outlet for Port out of their defensive 50. And that's the big improvement that Brendan Bolton's brought to this team.
Cruiser used the body well. Down towards right. Inside 50 once again. Everett was a target. He's still going on grass. Almost threw it out. Wright's lurking. And he's going to be there again if he can keep it in play. He's shoved over the boundary line.
Nothing much in this. Just get on with it, guys.
Broadbent gives just...
The property stewards might be happy, Sandy. No. They're doing stretching their jumpers.
Cruiser front spot. A little bit of frustration for Trengove. He finishes on his run.
Just interesting to see How long Tringo? Yeah, definitely a free kick. To maintain this effort, Jace, must take a lot out of him.
Yep. Up towards the forward line it goes. And once again, Port Adelaide defence being tested. Kerridge at the bottom of that pack.
He's lucky today, Tringo, because Casbolt does relieve Cruiser in the ruck, so he's not getting double teamed. So that's one bonus that Jackson Tringo has got today against Cruiser. It's been a really good battle between these two guys.
Cruiser up high, but he had a third man in row. Back to Cruiser. 20-metre hand pass. Out the back it comes now. An opportunity there for Plowman. Short by Simpson. That's okay. It's just inside 50. Or right on the cusp, Armfield.
Well, Jace, this is the wall to a tee in the start of this third quarter. Port have only gone forward once and both missed the goal. And since then, Carlton have been able to maintain territory north to 30. And every time Port get the ball, they look up and all the outlets are covered by the Carlton defenders.
Just the one goal so far this season for Dennis Armfield in 3 games. In he comes, kicking from 54 metres. Certainly has the distance, but it's just drifting away and hits the behind post.
So, this is probably a better result for the Blues. It helps them lock it in, helps them reset and chase a goal again rather than giving possession up for a kick out from the behind.
Rowe did well in the ruck, found Murphy. Couldn't drop it on the boot. Oops. Gibbs, stand start. Bangs it to the square. High ball. Jones comes hard. So too Hodge. Breaking free Lamb. Gave it up to Everett. Knocks it in front. Tried to keep it alive. And you mentioned Travis Boak earlier on. He had more possessions than any other player on the field last week, Travis Boak, but he's having a lean day at the office today. Back into play. Murphy. Curnow. Gibbs. Time to steady. That's a big-time goal from Bryce Gibbs.
Yes. Toyota means business. Jump to it for deals too big to miss. With amazing end-of-financial year offers on a huge range. Take $2,000 off all Camry petrol models. Or get Corolla Ascent Sport now only $22,990 drive away. See your Toyota dealer now or search Toyota Value. Jump to it.
Down by 16 points midway during that second term. Scores are level. Gibbs gets his first. Carlton crowd springing to life.
Yes, Sandy, since quarter time, Carlton's clearances have been 22-11, so they've doubled them after getting smacked early. And here's another one.
And it's Gibbs, yes, who's going to bring them away to Simpson. He gets claimed. Now an opportunity for Hartlett. Spins around and goes long, deep in towards 50 once again. Wingard is there, Plowman is there. Needs assistance, however. Dixon gets the hand pass to Wingard, and there's the quick answer.
Head to McDonald's after the game for a fan feed box. With your choice of one of your favourites. With all this and even a dessert. All for just $10.95. Now that's even more value and great choice at Macca's.
If you want to grow more hair, call Ashley & Martin. It's proven Ashley & Martin's medical treatment works. With over 500,000 patients successfully treated, they could fill this stadium 5 times over.
Well, the positive for Port is every time they go in, they've had a shot at goal. They've only been in twice this quarter for 1 goal won. So they just need to win the clearance. This quarter alone, Carlton 9-2 clearance favour.
Recalled. Point out from Cam Mooney. I mentioned Travis Boak. He had 31 possessions last week. He's had just 6 so far today. And they need to put some air into Travis Boak, not just Chad Wingard.
Well, there's a few of them. Wingard's one, Boak's one, you mentioned. Also, Polek's another. Hasn't seen much of it.
Good attack from both Murphy and Stewart. Ball funneled out, right, rolled, got it up. Murphy. Rowe. Trengo tried to push off. Caught. Archie.
Yeah, Ken Hinkley's actually trying to get Boak into the game or even put him onto the half-back flank, Dwayne. It looks like he's going into the clearance now.
Got a blood rule here, so it's just 6 possessions for Travis Boak, 7 for Brad Ebert, 7 for Polak, 8 for Wingard, and they're players that generally see a lot more of the footy.
Yeah, well, Charlie Dixon will have to go into the ruck, or Westhoff come straight off the bench for Tringo. I think that's what's happening. Dixon to stay forward as we see Boak. He needs to start winning the ball. The player beside him, Cripps, he's the one that's having some huge impact in this game. He's had 5 clearances, Cripps.
So Trengove to get tidied up. Westhoff straight off the bench. He's beaten in that encounter. Here's Cripps. Danny was talking. He's worked really hard. Tui gets the hand pass away. Carlton need the next one. Port Adelaide leading by 1 straight kick. Everett close to the boundary line. So too was young Lamb. And Lamb taken over. Carlton fans not too happy. One in particular is quite irate.
Still plenty happening off the ball.
Rowe uses the body. Cripps uses his strength. And he's got plenty of that. Towards Kerridge. But again, swung over the line by Westhoff. Carlton have got North next week, then Geelong and then Brisbane.
Have a look at the clearances here. 6 apiece to Gibbs and Cripps. Ollie Wines just about playing a lone hand for Port in the clearance stakes.
Westhoff trying to get it down to Ebert. Murphy is there. Cripps again. Got it out to Murphy. He tried to find Simpson, but Archie was there. Young's in trouble. It's very, very tight. Archie again.
Good pressure from the Blues.
It's really good. Here's Ebert. Look at him ripped to the ground. Forces the error, and the ball stays on centre wing. Great work by Cripps.
This game, you just sense it's going to go right down to the wire. There hasn't been more than 10, 11 points in this game of football. Port are playing extremely well, but Carlton just can't be denied. The 2 sides in great form. Port winning their last 2. Carlton winning their last 3. If they can win today, it'll be their first 4 in a row since 2011.
And they brought their fans back to the footy, the Blues, under Brendan Bolton. Resurrect the club. Got a fantastic fan base. Carlton always have. And now they've got a reason to believe, for some hope. Future's so bright. We saw a few of their fans wearing shades earlier. Polak thumps it inside 50. Spare man back. Dixon comes hard.
And that's he's lucky that that's not 50. Right. Jared Polak's got to make better use of the footy than that. He's a good user, normally a good decision maker.
Simpson, Archie got there. Arm slap in the contest. Free kick to Simpson. Everett, precise use again. Everett takes some time to assess.
Get your hands off him.
Delicately poised this game to a 2-on-2. Stewart with a big fist. Gibbs couldn't keep it in.
Heard the umpire's microphones then. You could hear an umpire saying, Brad Ebert, get your hands off him. I'd much prefer they didn't say that. And if he does something that's wrong, blow the whistle, pay a free kick.
So umpire and don't coach?
Yeah, absolutely. I know they're trying to communicate with the players and instruct them as well, but I'd rather just see them, you know, if a player's dumb enough to give a free kick off the ball, pay it.
Hartland had it, lost it to Curnow. Towards Jones and Armfield. The latter has it now. He gives it off towards Gibbs. He's 47 metres out. He tumbles it in towards full forward, where it's smacked away over the line. Throw in the left forward pocket.
Well, this is where Carlton really do set up the wall beautifully. I don't know why you go to ground when you get a little scuff to the eyebrow there, Dwayne. Your legs go a bit wobbly.
I think you want a free kick sometime.
Yeah, Jed Lamb. Well, he's kicked a couple. He could perhaps sniff another one. Trouble here for Hartlett.
Really
is that deliberate?
It's got to be deliberate.
Well, the umpire called touched off the boot.
Touched, you're right.
Very good call, Jason. Yep. That's why Bannister was looking down at Jordan Bannister was looking at the other umpire on that occasion.
Having said that, I don't think it was touched off the boot. It just slid off the side of the boot.
Let's have a look here. Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's just a mongrel kick.
Still a good call by you. Broadbent. Murphy to the line and another throw.
I love the feeling that's in the game. There's a lot of pushing and shoving, a lot of jostling, a lot of needling. They both realise that they've got momentum going at their respective clubs and they want to keep it going.
Trengove and Cruiser. The latter getting a hand to it. Broadbent taken to ground.
Next points, easy getting up, easy getting up. Thank you.
Cade Simpson, just have a look at Cade Simpson here again. He's the extra. So Porter got an extra at the clearance. See Cade Simpson controlling the traffic and then trying to make sure that he isn't the go-to player for Carlton if the ball does slip out Port's way.
Ollie Wines did the ruck work, then got it out. Kerridge couldn't take it cleanly. Cruiser can to right. He's in trouble. Called to play on. Lamb has kicked a couple, but he won't add to that.
Port Adelaide could be in the 8 at the conclusion of this game with a win. Carlton could be snapping at the heels of the 8 if they win, and nobody thought that was a chance a month ago. Wines floats in, takes off. Jarman Impey inside, dangerous. But that's the way they play it. Polak caught, no prior opportunity. Now he has to get it out though.
He's gone. Yeah, and rightly so. It wasn't his fault. It was the handball that went a loop over the top. He was always going to get tackled with pressure coming from behind. See the handball here, over the top of the pack. Pop that.
He's got his arms free there.
Yeah, he could have got it out there. He held it in last minute, and umpire waits for you to try and get it out, even if you can't get it out. Sumner. Good crash to the pack by Jones. Burn-Jones.
Yeah, it was a really good, strong contest. Rowe still down, trying to pick himself up off the ground. That was a strong contest from forwards and defenders from both respective teams.
Almost 20 minutes gone. Ebert in trouble. Cruiser gets the hand pass up to Armfield, who's had a busy term. Goes over the top and is just away to the right.
Brad Ebert in a bit of difficulty. On the left hand.
Pitted down the middle. Looking for his tall timber. Trengove goes to ground. Kerridge was there. Charlie Dixon working hard. Handballs into the centre. Kerridge again.
Simpson again.
Here's Simpson. Wide to Thomas. They're away here, Carlton. Daisy has a look in towards the pocket. The pass is on. The lead was good. And Rowe, the defender who was sent forward after the Casbolt dilemma, will have a shot tucked in the pocket.
Well, they probably needed to kick this, Sandy. They've had 9 inside 50s this quarter for 2 goals. Port have only been in three times for 1 goal, 1. So I know it's a difficult angle, but they need to get some scoreboard pressure here because they've been dominant in this 3rd quarter.
Hasn't goaled this year, has kicked just 13 in 59 games. So it'd be a big moment for him and Carlton if he can convert from 47. Close, but not close enough. Port by 4 behinds. So the scene is set for a big final quarter. As Dwayne said, if Port are victorious, they could find themselves in the 8 for a while. Carlton sneaking ever closer. Boak at the bottom. Had it and then lost it. Support coming from Amon.
And Simpson out the back again.
And here he is, taking the mark.
Oh, that was a generous 15 metres.
It was. But it's his 250th, Jason. Simpson wide to the wing. Thomas waiting. Goes down the line. That's going to be okay to Everett. And now Andreas to the top of the square. Liam Jones, Rowe, Cripps, they're all thereabouts. Gibbs lurking. Jonas doing the tackling on Cripps.
Cruz has been terrific today. We talk about Trengove. Cruz has had 4 clearances, Trengove's 3. 26 hit-outs to Trengove's 12, but 9 to advantage for Trengove. Cruz only 3 to Trengove.
Burn-Jones caught. Umpire blindsided. Carlton fans wanted ball. Port fans wanted too high. Neither paid. Ball up.
They're on the edge of their seat, aren't they?
Absolutely.
And James, we're worried about Trengove just continually in the ruck.
That's a high tackle.
It's a high tackle. There's Cruiser again.
Palm down to Young. To Amon. Pomsch. So the Blues have 1 spared back. And now it's Simpson who has to get off. Stolen by Need. Came out of nowhere. Now he's caught high. Gee, cut some slack there. Blues fans at full volume right now. The chaos ball might work for them. Ollie Wines squeeze it inside 50. Broadbent, time to go. Play on. It was touched and it hits the post.
Yeah, the play on the square too. I know he's not preferred. And empty, I think, in the square in his own.
That's a goal gone begging for Port Adelaide.
No doubt.
Jeez. Certainly made hard work of it, Simpson.
Well, at some stage they need to man Simpson up this quarter. He's been dominant in his third quarter.
From the back pocket towards centre wing. Kick's got to be good, and it is.
He's had the 7 disposals, Cade Simpson, in this third quarter.
Just 5 points in it as we sneak towards three-quarter time. As long as they're in touch. Good work by Doherty again. And you can hear the crowd murmuring. The Cruiser.
He's the man. He is dominated. He is dominated. Now he's pushed forward and made Trengo play as a defender. He's the difference in the game at the moment. I know the scores are level, but look out, Cruiser, because he's not going to get any smaller. He's dominated in the ruck. He's dominated the hits to advantage. He's beating Trengove in clearances. Now he can push forward and really put some real confidence into his teammates if he drills this.
48 metres out. Looks good off the boot. It is good. And Carlton have regained the lead.
This is terrific play. And this is the last time Carlton won 4 in a row when Brett Ratton was coach. Round 18, 2011. Then they win another one against North, their second in a row. The Carlton supporters around their 3rd in a row against the mighty D's. Chris Judd dominant on that occasion, picking up 3 votes, and Eddie Betts, who's now and here's their 4th with the Judster again. I think it was another 3 votes for Chris Judd. As I said, mark of the year, there's Oscar Dillon Judd, who was just born. They smashed Essendon, and gee, couldn't this be Brendan Bolton? This would be a fairy tale start for him as a coach.
It would be phenomenal, given where they were this time last year, the Blues. Trengo with Cruiser rising before our eyes, injury-free, or at least playing at 90% after a big knock earlier. Cruiser playing one of the games of his life. Curnow shoveled away. Broadbent thumps it long. Wingard,
Beautiful kick.
Wingard.
Magnificent kick. You see Aaron Byrne there searching for Wingard, but he just ducked out the back there and he lost touch and feel, but the kick was always to his advantage, and that's the kick. But Wingard had to seal the deal and mark it. And that's just clever forward craft from Wingard.
Never misses.
Yeah, look at that.
From this spot, that's all grounds, not just this ground. And this is turning into a heart stopper.
That's a ripper, Dwayne.
A quarter and 4 minutes left. Wingard's got a couple.
An Aussie beauty queen disappears.
Trail of Lucille's known movements ends.
Her murderer gets away with it. Now, for the first time, the coroner has named the killer.
The opportunity to speak for himself.
And he's behind this door. What will he do when Mike Willisey starts knocking? On 7 Sunday night.
Man at the other end.
Port Adelaide again, edge in front. And the power chant goes up. Cruiser again does the work in the middle. He wins it, pushes it down. Hartland tries to get it out. An opportunity there for Lamb, who's kicked a couple. Now Cripps off the Cruiser again from a standing start. They're inside 50 towards Jones and Cole. Who's going to recover first? It's going to be Stewart. Keeps the ball in play, bending it back, and an excellent mark is taken here by Hartland.
A really good mark under pressure. That's one of the few times Port have been able to get the ball straight out of Carlton's forward 50 in this quarter.
Kieran Byrne caught 1-2 in that encounter. Seems to be limping. We'll keep an eye on him as the ball spins over the line on centre wing.
Cade Simpson just to the right of screen there on his own, just directing traffic. Trying to man him up, Port. He's just clever enough to be able to create the extra, Cade Simpson. So the half forwards for Port just have to be on red alert when Kane Simpson's on his own.
Cruiser got in front. Cripps did well to get it to right. Jones going back with the flight of the ball. Didn't try and mark it, tried to push it forward, but it's Stewart who recovers well. Ebert took it, probably meant for Pittard. Now he's got a problem. Gets it back. Ebert will get another opportunity, can come wide, and he does. And he finds Hartlett.
Hartlett chips Archie. Blues getting numbers back quickly. Tired players out there, 3 minutes from three-quarter time, and Jamison drops it. Boak, who needs a break. Need keeps it alive. Goal square. It might go the way. It's touched through for a behind.
Oh, Michael Jamison, sigh of relief there. Is Kieran Byrne getting his right leg strapped heavily there, Moons?
Yeah, he just came off then, but limping, obviously. He's just getting that hamstring strap. Just see if he can come around and do some run-throughs and see if he can come back on.
Thank you, Moons. Cameron Mooney down there on the boundary line as Simpson brings it back into play. Jones was a flyer. Cripps is down behind play. Has not moved. Hartlett gives it to Broadbent. Another one towards Need. Pumps it high. Didn't look, just hoped. And hoped in vain. But here's Cripps.
Yeah, they can't afford to lose him, Sandy.
And he's holding the right knee.
Not good. It's heavily bandaged as well.
Yeah.
No, this is not great news at all.
In time, Plowman to the outer side. Lamb.
He's in a lot of pain, Paddy Cripps.
And we'll get a report from Cameron Mooney as soon as he can discover something. Yes, in the meantime, Jace. A healthy 50 from Ray Chamberlain.
It's just...
He got a head clash there. Yeah. Oh, he certainly gets a whack, a backhander to the face.
Hopefully that's all it is, a bit stunned.
Well, we'll wait and see. Thomas, the intercept, over the top. Walker, 55 from home. In towards full forward he goes, towards Rowe, who is pressured over the line.
Just have a look at his right knee though, Joe. So did his right knee collapse with the one with the bandage on it before the hit? You just watch his right knee. With the hit.
Simultaneous, weren't they?
I reckon the knee got caught under him as he fell, spun. That's
good
why
call,
it's sore.
Moons. Good call.
Back into play. Dying seconds. Young. Kept that alive. Out the foot. Murphy pumps it back. Stewart's down there. Rose down there. Burn Jones. Jonas. Curnow. Kerridge. Curnow. Lamb.
How do you get that out?
Cruiser. Walker. Touch through Pittard.
Well, they've had 14 inside 50s, Carlton, for 3 goals 2. They've doubled inside 50s. Port have had 7 for 2 goals 3. So they've only got 6 more points, Jace, in the affirmative, but they've doubled the inside 50s this quarter. So hanging in there.
They're working hard, winning the territory battle.
Settling things down. Hartlett was trying to, but that ball goes over the line. So a throw in with a 5-point ball game looming as we go into the final quarter.
There's the time in the forward half, 70% in Carlton's favour, and that's that wall that Brendan Bolton's been able to create for his young Carlton team. Inside the forward 50.
Over the top went Cruiser towards Wines, who couldn't take it. Curnow can. Blues may get another opportunity here. Rowe needs assistance. Murphy is there. He needs help. He's going the wrong way. Gives it off to Thomas, who's past him now. Kicks high and long in towards full forward. Plenty of flyers. No one able to take the mark. Hartlett is waiting down. He's got it now in the back pocket. Goes long towards centre wing. Need got a hand to it, but he needed more than that. Here's Curnow. Poked out. Last chance now for Ollie Wines. Gets the hand pass away to his good friend Wingard. He's got absolutely zilch up forward. So he's got to go short. A tired Armfield gives chase, but he's not the only one. It's ridden into the ground. And it's going to be a Carlton free kick.
Did he have prior opportunity?
I just thought Wingard had an option in the middle of Trengard running in support.
Well, it matters not. Archie.
Good to see Cripps up and about.
Yep, has been let off.
Oh, no, sorry.
No, that's young Kieran.
Sorry.
But it is good to see him back, the young Irishman. So it's all set up for a big final quarter here at Etihad Stadium. Port Adelaide challenged and answered, challenged and answered again, but it's not over yet. They're 10-12-72. Carlton at 10-7-67. It is the Power by just 5 points.
little bit of hat cam, thanks to Paul Rosonico. Interchange steward for Port Adelaide. Has to corral them, stop them from going on and off at the wrong times.
No!
He's taken a few in his time, River. Former Collingwood player, I think, in his time. There's Ken Hinkley with a massive last quarter coming up for both these coaches. And you can see Brendan Bolton circling them and then getting Carlton in a circle. Different styles, but both with the same objective. Let's head downstairs to Cameron Mooney.
Grant, thanks, Dwayne. Look at the walking wounded here for Carlton. Unfortunately, Patrick Cripps, who's gone down underneath, who's doing some tests down under there as we speak. He's yet to come back up, but this is the incident that happened just before the quarter break. We just see him push Hartland out of the way, and Hartland, this is just a swinging arm out the back, just clocked him through the head, and then we just see him collapse on that right knee, which is heavily bandaged. So he's just downstairs doing some tests on that to make sure, one, probably that he's got concussion, and two, just to make sure that that right knee is ready to go. With 5 points in the game, boys, there's no doubt this guy's going to be straight back out there.
He's an important player for the Blues. Paddy Cripps, 21 possessions for the game thus far. He's also had 7 clearances, and that's what's got them back into the game. They were dominated clearance-wise in the first term, but they've been able to turn it around. Brendan Bolton certainly got them playing with spirit. They're looking for 4 in a row. It'd be fantastic to see the Blues actually get up and going again, though.
No, there's no doubt.
Blues supporters have been long-suffering, Spud.
No doubting that whatsoever. They've had a really lean 4 or 5 years, but this is going to go down to the wire. Port have played in fits and spurts. I think Wingard's the one for mine. He just looked like he was getting back to some really good form in that third quarter. He's going to be the go-to man, and one that Carlton defenders really need to put a lot of heat on.
Still Travis Boak, just 8 possessions. Jared Polak, 8 possessions. Brad Ebert, 10 possessions. Those 3 need big quarters for Port.
Well, it's been tight pretty much all day. It did get out to 16 points at one stage in favour of Port Adelaide, but nothing above that. Let's see what happens in this final term as Young swings around now, goes onto the left boot, up towards the 50-metre line. And the mark is taken there by Port Adelaide's youngster in Impey. Impey goes towards the top of the square. Dixon not paid a mark. It comes back, an opportunity for Gibbs. He takes the mark at half-back. Steadies towards Rowe. Did well in opposition to Homps.
On the mark, thank you, thank you.
Has a look downfield. Thought about going inboard short to Doherty, but now goes virtually down the line. Jones trying to use the body, just didn't quite have the strength. Ebert, a good tackle. Fixes up Bryce Gibbs. May have a question to answer. No, says the umpire.
You'd love to have that again. Westhoff just bobbled out of the clean hands in that situation.
Here's Thomas dashing through, but lost the ball. Hartland went over the top of him.
Yeah, the leg's taken out.
Yeah.
He certainly looked at the umpire asking for it.
Now Gibbs and Thomas pounce on that, and the umpire decides he'll have it.
Still talking to him about it.
He was already on the ground, the umpire said. If you're already on the ground. He wasn't on the ground.
He dived underneath him.
Umpire said he was already on the ground.
Thomas again had an opportunity, but it was Kerridge who got it away. Simpson, Kerridge again. Oh, Murphy in trouble close to the line, so he tries to soccer it. It comes back to him. Well done. Murphy's still going. Now he runs into a brick wall in the form of Ollie Wide, and that hurt. We'll keep an eye on him. They're rapidly becoming the walking wounded as Doherty goes across the ground. Kieran Byrne, short pass into the middle. Simpson takes the mark.
Plays on quickly to Thomas. Flicks over, turnover. Trengo, not a lot to kick to. Wingard's in a 1-on-4, really.
Gee, that's an ordinary kick from Trengo.
Plowman.
Yeah, just a real rush kick under. There was no need for it. He wasn't under pressure.
Guys, Murphy seems to be okay.
Kerridge, right. Good movement. Sumner.
Good ball movement from Carlton.
Port by 5 points. They could take the lead, make an early statement. Central care, Cruiser just through him.
Well
hard
Kerridge.
attack. Kerridge and Pittard dropped. Curno's been outstanding. Byrne, Gibbs also been spectacular. Goal square. Rowe!
Too strong. Beautiful grab. He was against Broadbent on that occasion. I'm not sure what Paul Stewart and the other defenders were doing around, but it was always going to Rowe. It's just way the numbers. You just sense Carlton there just surging the ball forward. It was led by Mark Murphy about 2 or 3 minutes ago, just working the ball forward off his foot, then got another handball and all one for his team. But
Guys,
this is a big kick.
Great news down here, but sorry, Paddy Cripps just come back onto the ground.
Good on you, Moons.
So a round of applause for the mark on the replay, and a round of applause for Cripps coming back on. More importantly, Blues are in front.
Head to McDonald's after the game for a fan feed box. With your choice of one of your favourites, with all this and even a dessert. All for just $10.95. Now that's even more value and great choice at Macca's.
This is before Ashley and Martin's medical treatment for hair loss. This is after. Clearly it works. Over 98% of our patients regrow their very own hair. If you want to grow more hair, call Ashley and Martin.
So it's Carlton by 1 solitary point. Cruiser sets himself again. Cripps back out on the ground. And didn't Carlton fans love to see that?
Oh,
Cruiser wins it. He goes again, the big man. Hartlett takes him out. Combines with Trengove. Portney to steadier. Doherty leads in the race. Gets away from Need. That pushes over the line.
35 hit-outs to 15 to Matty Cruiser at the moment. It's a dominant display if I've ever seen one.
So brought back in and Need marks. He goes short. Polak up towards Young. Gets the hand pass away. Boak has had a pretty quiet day. That could be a captain's goal, and it is.
Even DIYs can afford trade quality brands. You get a big kick out of that when you sort of take that tool home and you see the local tradesmen using the same thing. It's a big kick, yeah.
Weeha 6-piece screwdriver set, only $73.60. Bosch 2-piece brushless combo kit, $399. DeWalt drill driver, $199. Rhino steel toolbox, just $39.89. If you happen to find a lower price on a stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%.
Now is a great time to upgrade those tools. Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Goal side.
It's turning into an epic. 16 minutes and 21 seconds remaining. Trengove and Cruiser. Big Cruiser. Trengove wins this one down, but they won't get the clearance. Cripps back on. Caught. Umpire said it was a handball. Simpson caught. No prior, and he's trying. Got to be a ball up.
Well, Cripps looked a little bit ginger there on the change of direction, didn't he? Unfortunately, he was running away from Carlton's goal.
Wines takes it out of the air. Simpson got some space. To the wing. Trengove read it well. Feeds it back to Burn-Jones. Gets around Rowe. Gets under it a little. Dixon attacks it. Fisted it down. Doherty. Right. Doherty. He knew Kerridge was out there. Missed Arnfield.
Shocking kick.
Even. Trengove. Need. Pokes it to Boak. Aim on. Can't go long. Well, he did go long. Blazed away. Plowman should mop it up.
He had to go long to the other side. It was okay going long, but he went long to 2 Carlton players. Plowman switched the angle on that long kit.
Going short to Tui.
Players looking a little tired, which is only going to get tougher as this game grinds out to the finish.
Young! Spectacular over right.
That's a beautiful grab, isn't it?
Having an outstanding year.
Yep.
No, he is, Wayne. Yeah, that's a good grab.
Possession number 15 coming up. He's kicked 1 goal, 2, given a couple away.
Young just forward of the wing. The power go deep inside 50 once again. Westhoff was there, couldn't take the mark. Carlton defence standing strong at the moment. Here's Wright again. Back towards centre wing and Rowe.
Yeah, they need Liam Jones to get to work here. Long down the line, obviously no Casbolt, so Rowe's the go-to players on the wing. So Paul will be happy with Rowe up the ground at the moment after kicking the first goal this last quarter.
Yes, if you have just joined us, Casbolt has left the ground having scans on a knee, and we certainly wish him all the best. Here's Cruiser.
Great contested mark. It's been a really good duel.
Yeah.
Cruiser's going up to disposal number 13. Trengo's at 17. So it's great to see Ruckman continually in the play now instead of just relying on the hit-outs.
From centre wing, he goes up towards the 50. And that's, once again, a good, strong mark taken by Ebert.
Now, they had to halve the contest there, Carlton. They had a number of players around. Really good mark. Safe mark from Ebert.
Broadbent could be a target here.
Gee, that's a good kick.
He is. Kick had to be accurate, and it was pinpoint. His kick's all right, too. So Port Adelaide just controlling it at the moment.
Thank you.
5 points is the margin. Time, not a factor. Still got plenty to go. Broadbent takes it back. Still on the wing. Now called to go. And he does. Up to the big men. Here's Hartlett. Claim. Murphy. Steals it back again for Carlton. They're not out of the woods yet. They can come across the ground, though. Tui has got carriage. If he wanted him, he doesn't. He goes back the other way from whence it came. Right might be a fly. He's in the pack, but he couldn't complete it. Cripps was there. So too was Cruiser. Here's Byrne. Back in towards full forward. Walker with a fist to the boundary line. Sees it over. And we've got a throw in.
Magnificent defensive play. Aaron Young just getting his lower back rubbed. And that's exactly where he landed on his lower back. So let's hope he's back on the ground quite soon.
Had a couple of jelly beans. Hartlett. Broadbent. Goal square. Archie. It's bounced through. It has bounced through. It's taken a Shane Warne-esque bounce, and they get some luck.
Right now on Telstra Prepaid Freedom Plus, you get a massive 3 gigs. And when you've got unlimited Telstra Air data at over 300,000 hotspots across Australia, it's like the whole internet is on tap. Plus, with unlimited streaming of live AFL or NRL games, your footy's on tap too. Get it all when you recharge $30.
$11 points. All of a sudden, Port lead thanks to an off break.
Sorry, Tim May.
Yeah, sorry to Tim May and those
or
guys.
the wrong un.
Yeah.
The wrong one, yeah. Mate.
All right, we'll discuss it later. Westhoff down towards the 50 once again for Port. Threatening to score. Unable to get through was young Jarman Impey.
Thanks, boys. Good tackle. Thank
Well,
you.
this is going to test the young Carlton team now. They're up and about after hitting the lead at the start of this last quarter, but Port have hit back hard here now.
Once again, the power chart goes up. Rowe does the ruck work. Broadbent got a hand to it. Poleg a hurried kick in towards full forward. This one just bounces on the dime. Dixon's there and he kicks the goal. Boy, suddenly the tide has turned in favour of Port.
Head to McDonald's with your mates for the Team Feast Box. With your choice of 4 of your favourites. And all this. All for just $29.95. Now that's even more value and great choice at Macca's.
Just off to the footy, thanks, driver.
Alpaca.
Hands on the wheel, thanks, Llama.
Amy, proud partner of Channel 7's AFL coverage.
There's the third eye there. Yeah, that's your strength. 112 kegs at its best there, Jace.
At least 112.
17 points, the biggest margin of the game to either team. Murphy, Cripps, up and about. He's not at his 100% though. Almost clean missed it. Wines, who's been unstoppable all afternoon. Dragged down. Cripps did brilliantly. Not so good there, though. Out of bounds on the full. Port Adelaide's ball to Poleg.
It was interesting there, Dwayne. He actually put all the weight onto his right leg to kick that ball. And yeah, you just have a look. See the weight going to his right leg there, and there wasn't much penetration to the left, so it's definitely bothering that right knee.
In Charlie Dixon territory, and that's a good mark, dropping back with the flight. Really had to put his body on the line there, Doherty. Holds it up, back pocket. 11 minutes left, still plenty of time for the Blues. They've come back from 16 down already in this game. It's 17 now. Stewart, having the season of his life, pulls it in with one arm.
No, he has, Wayne. He's been the most consistent defender of their back six. Hasn't put a foot wrong all year.
Cracker.
Hold that line, thank you.
Carlton need to get one-on-one now and continue to take the game on. Porter surging.
Gee, that looked a grab, didn't it?
Looked as though it was going to be a mark. Here's Pollock again. Oh, it's dangerous, but he's away to the left and through for one behind. Port threatening.
Looked to be a one good clean grab.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, that's a
Just
mark.
didn't control it down. They are coming though. This is a big test for the Blues. Momentum all with Port.
No doubt finding it even more difficult without the services of Kaz Bolt. Cripps that isn't 100%. Cruiser that copped one earlier in the day, but has been absolutely gallant.
Yeah, well, Port have won, since Carlton kicked that goal, 5 clearance to 1 in Port's favour, which is equated into 7 inside 50s to 1.
Trengove recovers best. Armfield was at the back, couldn't get a run at it.
So clearance has been a really big, important factor in this game. Port dominated the first quarter, dominated clearances. The next 2 quarters, Carlton dominated. They hit back in the scoreboard. Now it's Port's turn to dominate the clearances.
Cruiser with the left hand, but straight to Broadbent, who was pushed as he kicked, but Lux of fortune goes to Ollie Wine, spears a pass. It's going to be chopped off, however, by Tui. Tui comes towards Gibbs. Time rapidly becoming a factor for Carlton. He gives it to the running right, who goes towards Jones, who's got to beat a couple, and he can't. The ball spills free for the moment. Pittoter's taken out of it. Well done by Cripps, but the hand pass goes astray. Porter chance once again as it's flicked up towards centre wing to the 250 gamer in Simpson. Cruiser over the ball, got a toe poke to it, that was all. Wingard, the hand pass is okay, wide towards Amon, even further to Young. Pressure on Impey, he goes to ground, back to Young. From a standing start, he pumps it up towards the 50. Carlton have got the numbers. They also need a kind bounce. They're not going to get it. Impey through heavy traffic, gets claimed by Tui, and he's going to be pinged.
On a nice edge right now. Blues fans know it.
Well, they need to go through the corridor, Dwayne. Down the middle of the ground, Carlton. They're going far too wide at the minute.
Exactly 3 goals the margin, and here they go down the middle. The 250-game hero goes long. Everett's got it. Handballs it inside. Oh, almost a trip. Is a trip.
And a great free kick to give away because there were loose Carlton players everywhere.
They're still loose.
And the short pass, but can he kick it, Cripps?
Well, that's been the question, but it was great to see Carlton go down the middle there, Dwayne. The last 4 or 5 times they've gone wide, they need to take the game on. The best way to do that is play on quick and get the ball through the corridor, but this is a big kick.
Port Adelaide's kicked the last 3 goals of the game. It's exactly 3 goals the margin right now. 9 minutes left. Cripps has come back on after being injured from just inside the paint. Not bad off the boot, just misses. With 3 kicks and they're in the lead.
Chris.
A professional free kick there. Carlton were on, Jace. They had numbers everywhere forward.
Right from the kick out. Gives it away quickly. Sumner high. No mark. Doing the roving Daisy. Caught by Broadbent and co. In a gang tackle. And brought to ground.
Sam Rose looked good since going forward for the Blues. Presents well, competes well in the air.
Crowd of 26,924.
He gives their half forward something to cram off, doesn't he?
Rowe. Pollock. And a row again. Well, tried to do it with his feet initially. And eventually Port should get out to Hartley. They do. Up towards centre wing. Again, Carlton have the numbers. And Doherty takes the mark. Now he switches play. Tui. He's got it in the middle of the ground. He goes wide to the outer side. Danger here. But they're going to get away with it. Perhaps a little fortuitously. No, they're not.
That was done.
Stolen. Pollock's away. Gives the hand pass off. There's no one up forward, so he's going to go back again. Hammered over towards Westhoff, but was badly guided. Now Byrne can steady for Carlton. He does. He goes short. And that's safe.
If they get the ball out this side and switch it again.
Cripps still on the defensive side of centre. Kick is okay on that occasion. Everett with the left boot. Centering ball. And needs a mark, and Liam Jones has answered the call, but now he's got to finish the deal.
No, he does, Sandy. Really good work off the ball from Rowe. If he kicks this, he needs to get to Sam Rowe because he put his big frame in between his defender. You can just see at the bottom of the screen. Really good handle over the top from Thomas. Sam Rowe, just really good protection. There it is there. Just kept his opponent down, or the player in that vicinity, which was Pittard.
Just the one goal today so far for Liam Jones. That was in the second quarter.
If he misses, it'll be to the right.
Kicks on its way. He doesn't miss. He does not miss that one. Exactly what Carlton needed. They're back to within a couple of kicks.
Woolworths Red Spot specials have arrived. Like 30-pack Coca-Cola can varieties, now $19.07 each. Save $19.08. That's half price. So hurry in, only at Woolworths.
Bob Jane T-Mart's super deals, super brands. Buy any set of 3 Bob Jane All-Rounders or Zenons, and the 4th is free. At Bob Jane T-Mart's, we'll look after you.
Jones was the hero a couple of weeks ago in the win over Fremantle. Port Adelaide, if they hold on, they'll be in the 8. But the Blues are coming hard, and Cripps has been inspirational. Back on, he was held.
He's a good player, is he, Cripps? Gee, he's on one leg. That's his 8th clearance. He had 27 disposals, 14 contested ball.
And he thumps it. Time is of the essence. Jones, push, free kick, Carlton. Yeah. Jones's ball.
Hands in the back. Push.
Well, could he be the hero again?
Yeah. He'll get the trap. It's just a matter of accuracy now. And started with Cripps out of the centre bounce, winning that free kick.
To cut the margin to 5 points with 5 minutes left.
Yeah, the hand. Gee, it was only the it was in the back. Really good decision there from Ray Chamberlain.
Concentration all over his face. That's what he's got ahead of him. Sprays it. It won't have the carry. And knuckled through for it behind. Still 2 kicks from the lead.
Yeah, just didn't quite get it. Just come off the side of the boot a little bit, trying for that extra distance, which often happens when you're kicking from outside 50.
10 points the margin. 5 minutes remaining. Just over 5. So plenty of time for Carlton if they can score a couple. Westhoff had front spot. Kerridge is waiting down. Pollock's on his hammer. So another big finish in round 8. Cruiser again. Trengove. Everett was there. Couldn't take a hand on it. And the Port defence trying to stand firm. Holding the ball. And this could be a very heavy penalty indeed for Port Adelaide.
Well, there's just no talk there for Amon. He was just waltzing out of the back half. His defenders had someone had to yell out. He was extremely hot.
He
really
also thought he had a lot of time there, Spud.
I'm not sure what he was thinking. He definitely, the periphery vision needs to happen, because you're waltzing out of a situation like that. There's got to be numbers from behind, but really good tackle.
Liam Sumner has kicked 4 goals in 5 games this season. Yet to trouble the scorer today, but this is a huge kick for him and Carl. Kicks from 48 metres. Good looking kick off the boot. It's a great looking kick off the boot, and Carlton are still alive. They're down by 4.
At 7 News, football is in our DNA.
That's why no one gets closer to a football story.
7 News has the exclusives.
So when a news story breaks at Alberton, 7 News will be there first.
With unrestricted access, they can get behind the scenes at West Lakes.
To be the first with Crows News too.
Plus, we're first with local footy news.
With Ollie, Chad, Tex and Rory, 7 News is the only news you need to watch.
Port Adelaide has led at every change by 9 at quarter time, 11 at half time, 5 at three-quarter time. They opened up an 18-point lead 5 minutes ago. The Blues with Cruiser. But he knocks it down to Ebert, thumps it wide. Young, Byrne. Boundary line, takes it off.
A really good contest.
4 points the margin. 4 minutes left.
Brendan Bolton just standing up for a while. Probably just can't bear to look at the moment. The life of an AFL coach.
West off with Cruiser this time. Everett third man up. Hits the deck. Murphy gets there quickly. Jumped on. Ball up again.
It's interesting because Carlton have had 70 more possessions throughout the course of the match, and yet Port Adelaide have gone inside 50 a couple more times.
In the scramble. Wine's trying to get it out. Amon jumped on it. Got it out just in time. Pollock. Touch play on. Need try to get it and go. Dixon flicks it out. Kerridge. Blues fans screaming for too high. Umpire Docklands says I'll toss it in the air.
Yeah, Jace, there's no doubt since quarter time, since the Casbolt factor, Carlton have had 163 uncontested possessions to Port's 111 since quarter time. So they probably have to share it round a little bit. Ruck Lotto again, is it?
Cruiser can't believe it.
He's got a grin on his face.
Ruck Lotto, and you know, tense passages of play. Look, it was probably there in the letter of the law, but wow. I've seen defenders and forwards grapple a little bit harder that much play on.
Westhoff kicking for his third and a much-needed steadier. Not going to make the distance, so goes to the top of the square. Young was a target, got his hands to it, but couldn't complete it. Wingard is lurking as well. Runs into a brick wall. Murphy sockers off the ground. Pies to get another chance. Burn-Jones couldn't take. Comes wide. Hartlett loses it. Chance now for Armfield. Gets the hand pass away. Gives Simpson. Carlton away. Simpson gives it back to Murphy. Murphy has a look downfield. He wants Rowe. He's got Rowe. Just inside 50. Everett steams down to the square. He's sprinting. Jones is the target, however. He's got front spot. He can't complete the mark. Kerridge hand pass is okay. Cruiser, become a hero. Become a hero. And he has.
Beautifully called, Sandy. What a passage of play. Just the run and carry. It's amazing. And Cruiser, he's still in the game because he's telling his players now to get behind the ball. There's still 2.5 minutes left in the game. Still plenty of time. What about the kick from Gibbs here? Have a look at the cleverness. Just a little one out, and then there's the Mark Murphy kick. He handballs to Simpson. Have a look at Murphy look inboard to Rowe, and then Rowe went to Jones. Just a great team goal, this. One step, whack, straight over the goal umpire's head. Going on, what a fantastic game of football we've seen today.
Well, could Matty Cruiser have a Matt Scorn type season or a Goldstein type season? Some inspiring signs right now from Big Cruiser, and he's up. Trengove gets the clearance, but the Blues are in front by 2 points. The game's theirs to lose. Pollock, high, Dixon. Byrne gets back. He's got it.
Gee, second grab, what a great mark.
Millimetres from the deck, and he goes wide to Curnow. It's a long time to take off the clock. 2 minutes.
Just need the tall players long down the line. Cruiser, long down the line.
Gives it plenty of air for the pack to be crunched. Players fly. Hits the carpet. Pittard got it from Ebert. Sends it to Dixon. Just through hands. Scrambled free. Cracker dives. Cripps. Through traffic. Gibbs rolls it. Rowe, he's on. It sits on him. Unkind bounce. Short pass. Seconds keep ticking. Pollock caught. Handball half smothered. Blues fans going crazy.
It's a great result.
1:31 left. 2-point margin.
Well done. Bolton now down on the bench, so he's telling his players to be a wicketkeeper. Get behind the play. You can see Simpson. There's 2 extra players behind the ball on the left of screen at the moment for Carlton.
Cruiser Kerridge was third man up. Kerridge will get another look at it. Picks it up now. Gets through the traffic. Steadies with a long left footer up towards Everett and Co, but it's wide. Too wide out on the full.
Well, they need to switch it here now, Port. They just need to switch the ball. If they go long down the line, it'll be outnumbered.
Jonas is the man who's got to make that switch, and he does. Could have gone back to Homsch, but now elected to go straight down the ground. Time is a factor because there's 1 minute and 6 seconds remaining. And it's chopped off. The target was Charlie Dixon.
Good courage.
Yep.
Good courage from Plowman. He would have known Dixon was bearing down. Just eyes for the ball.
Plowman goes to the outer side. Murphy. He's got it now. The hand pass is okay to his good friend Gibbs. Gibbs goes short to Cruiser.
What a game from Cruiser.
Slow it down. Needs to slow it down. Needs to kick backwards.
Just go backwards.
He heard you. He heard you.
Jace. Geez, what a game from Cruiser.
And they can do this 3 times.
They can go all the way back to Plowman if they want to.
And they're mad if they don't chip it around.
Well, this is what Sydney should have done last night, Jace.
Yep.
They didn't.
So the clock continues to tick.
Cost them a game of football last night, and Carlton would have been watching that.
Down to 25 seconds. Could just about do it for Carlton. Hammered over the boundary line.
Gee, they're playing really cool football under pressure. That long down the line had Rowe, Jones and Cruiser for long down the line, and Ken Hinkley knows this one's let slip, and well done to Brendan Bolton. 4 in a row for the young coach. First time since 2011.
Not over yet, Spud. We'll see what happens in the next few seconds. Kerridge ridden into the ground by Trengove. But there's 9 seconds left now, and that's going to make it hard. Very, very hard. The last time they did win 4 in a row, round 18-21, way back in 2011. Wines with a big smack, but it's going to be all too late. Boat tries desperately as the clock ticks down. Boat's lost his pants, but he still goes after the footy. There's the siren. Carlton have won 4 in a row.
Well, there he is, the man of the moment, Brendan Bolton. Gee, what a magnificent win, Jace. What a great game of footy.
I just love the reaction of the Carlton players when that siren went. There were fist pumps and jumps of jubilation. They sprinted to each other. They wanted to hug and just enjoy the victory. And the crowd of 26,000 sounds like 50,000.
Gone mad, gone absolutely mad, Jason. But it's great for the game, isn't it? We saw Essendon lose gallantly. Fans gave them a standing ovation. But look at the players.
Yeah, Kate Simpson's 250th. Jamison's 150th. The skipper played really well. Mark Murphy. Cruiser was outstanding. Cripps. It was just a great team game, wasn't it? The last 2.5 minutes, gee, they played cool football.
Isn't it great to see Brendan Bolton amongst them?
Yeah, we probably get set off Clarko a little bit. Clarko loves getting out there. And why not? Why not show some emotion? That's what the game's all about. Sometimes we're a bit stereotyped as coaches and players. This is just fantastic to see the Carlton supporters standing to a man to see these 22 guys and Brendan Bolton have a great win.
Let's go down to Moons.
Boys, I've got the man of the moment, 250 game play at the Carlton Footy Club. It's been a long time, I reckon, since you've heard this.
Oh, mate, 4 in a row. Me and Jamo, massive week. I've hated every minute of it, the amount of media I've done, but geez, it makes it all worth it tonight.
I mean, how good are you guys, particularly after quarter time? I mean, you got beaten up around the ball, you got beaten to the stoppages, and after that, you just dominated.
Mate, we just stuck to the system. Effort and system, that's all we're basing our game on. The last 4 weeks have been unbelievable.